Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. I'm your host, Jason Bland, and tonight is L&M Spook-A-Thon, and also Paranormal Soup's, I think, third Halloween show we've done. I always look forward to this every year, so definitely one of my favorite shows to do every year. We always bring our friends on. Katrina Cooper, psychic medium, friend of the show, has been on since day one pretty much. Paranormal investigator Rody Speak is joining us tonight, both of them from Houston 5 Paranormal. We're going to be doing the live ITC, Instrumental Transcommunication, tonight. That'll be later in the show. Of course, we have our World Wide Web of Weird, and we're going to have the best of the World Wide Web of Weird in ghost evidence tonight. And joining us all the way from the Kingdom of Nye herself, Heather Wade, will be joining us for some live spirit boxing and to talk about some of this weirdness going on in the world. We're going to cover the most viral stuff. We don't get into politics. We just get into the weird. That's what we're going to do tonight. And we will have the phone lines open later coming up in the show. You'll be able to call in, see if the spirits will talk to you. Also want your ghost stories. If you got a really good ghost story, we would love to hear it tonight. That's what it's about. It's the Paranormal Soup Spook-A-Thon Halloween show on Late Night in the Midlands. So let's get right to it. Welcome to Paranormal Soup Spook-A-Thon L&M show. Yes, we dress up. It's Halloween. That's what we do. I'm a big Star Trek fan, so I had to wear this tonight. And we got our lovely panel with us, all in the Halloween spirit ready. Let's go ahead and pull them up. For people listening on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network, we are also a webcast. You can see us at Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup, where you can see us all on video. Joining us, like I said tonight, is Katrina Cooper and Rody Speak. How are they doing? Wait. Is that Katrina or is that Rody? I'm mixed up here. Who are you ladies?
I am Katrina Cooper. I am a spiritual medium. I talk and see dead people. And this is my partner, Rody Speak.
You're going to really confuse people tonight.
By the way, I got messages for everybody.
Oh. And joining us from St. Augustine, Florida. Oh my God, is that Rob Autry? I don't know. How are you doing tonight, Rob? I'm not hearing you, Rob. You're not muted. I heard some growling or grunting from Rob. It's kind of scary. You're kind of freaking me out tonight, man. We'll get back to Rob. Hopefully we can hear you because he's going to be doing spirit boxing on his end. And right now, another scary face in the panel. We got Bill Perry P, Pumpkinhead himself, paranormal. How you doing tonight, Bill?
Pretty good.
This show, I mean, I love for kids to watch, but maybe they might get scared because we are going to do the live spirit boxing. Don't blame me if your kid comes back like puking pea soup up and their head twisting around. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. And all the way, well, wait, first we got to get my lovely co-host, a witch tonight herself, Jamie D. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
Hey, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And glad to do this. We've been doing this. This is our third year Halloween show. All right, and all the way from the Kingdom of Nye herself, Heather Wade. How you doing tonight, Heather? Of course, Heather has to unmute herself on Google Hangouts.
Well, this is my favorite time of the year, Jason, so I'm happy to be here.
I know. I'm so honored for you to join us. We talked about this, I think when we first started messaging each other, about you coming on for an ITC show for spirit boxing. I think the first time I ever really chatted with you, Heather, was on, there was a live YouTube stream of like a spirit communication device. And you were in that chat room for that. We were both trying to like get the person running the stream to get their information to find out more about it. And I think that's how we first started chatting. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, is this really Heather Wade? I was like, it's got to be. It's got the Star Trek emblem. It's got to be Heather Wade.
That's the giveaway right there. But yeah, I remember that. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that was really weird that night, the stream that they had going on. Are we going to do something similar to that tonight with a sweeping type device? Or what do we got cooking?
Okay, so instrumental transcommunication. What we got cooking tonight for people that are new to the show, we're going to play some clips so you get some ideas here coming up. What it is we run spirit boxes, either be AM, FM sweep like you talked about, or it'll be apps. There are apps that we have. We have friends that make apps, Keith Weldon being one, Matt Payne from Paranormal Shadow Investigations. He made an app with me you might be interested in called the Raven X, which there's no words in it. It's all phenoms. So we might try that tonight. It's been a while. It's my Raven X app. I'm proud of it. But we're going to be trying all different stuff. It's a night of fun and joy, and people can call in and enjoy. If you are calling in tonight, just remember, have an idea who you want to talk to if you want the spirit box to talk to you. Focus on that person tonight. While we do this stuff, while we do the World Wide Web of Weird, focus on who you want to come through. That's how you get the best results. So, Heather, feel free, join us. We're going to roll into the World Wide Web of Weird. I always love your perspective on these stories.
Oh, this sounds good. It's very similar to what I do at the beginning of my program. Run through a little bit of news. So we'll see what you have to say first, Jason, and I'll pipe in if you don't mind.
It gets people warmed up to the weird. All right, let's roll into the World Wide Web of Weird. Tonight on the World Wide Web of Weird, we're going to start off with this one from Huffington Post here. If my article on my tablet wants to load, which it doesn't, it's just being weird. Weird technical stuff tonight. I think the spirits are already messing with me. They're like, let's give Jason a technical headache. Yes. Now this one comes from Huffington Post. Milton, Ontario psychic Dory Medina Stevenson charged with witchcraft. I thought it was fitting for the Halloween show, and I got a couple witches on here with me tonight to cover witchcraft. It's still a crime. Again, for people listening on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network, we are a webcast, so you can see the videos and pictures and all that we're playing tonight on our webcast at Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. Come check it out there if you want, or just listen, and we will narrate the best that we can. All right, Milton, Ontario psychic Dory Medina Stevenson charged with witchcraft. Halton Regional Police have arrested a 32-year-old woman from Milton, Ontario, and charged her with extortion, fraud, over $5,000 for pretending to practice witchcraft. I find it interesting, it says pretending. And I think you covered this on your show, Heather. I think I remember you mentioning this story. I thought you did.
You know, I did. I did not get in depth into this. I meant to because, this makes all us witches look bad.
Right.
It wasn't that she was charged with witchcraft. She's charged apparently with fraud. And that is just unforgivable in my world. I don't know about every other witch out there.
That's what's wrong with the law that they have in Ontario is they had to charge her with a witchcraft charge. I'm like, there's actually a measure to change that in Ontario, to change the law so it's more of a fraud, called fraud, because they find it could be offensive to certain people who are considered witches. They consider themselves witches. You're offended, right?
I find it a law against that in 2018.
Right.
I thought we were past that. What's next? Are we going to stone her or hang her, or are we going to tie her up to the stake and burn her next? What's the penalty for the charge of witchcraft? That's what I want to know.
Well, one of her alleged victims probably would like to stone her. She stole more than $60,000 from him after he was consulting her registered business, Milton Psychic. What was typically seen as a tendency for preparators, I cannot talk, take advantage of a person when they are in the most vulnerable state. The Sergeant David Constantini said in a press release, victims are manipulated into believing something bad will happen to them unless they remit cash. And then once the victim is squeezed any longer, they rely on the victim's embarrassment to not contact the police or something. I mean, call the police. But
that is a shame. See, this is why in my coven it was taught that you don't charge for spells.
That's really interesting. So you don't charge. You don't charge for any spell.
No, no. If after the work is complete and the person has a satisfactory result, if they want to give me a gift or something like that, that has happened. But I never
Ah.
say, "Oh, this is 1995 or 29.95 or what have you for whatever your magical need is." That was against the rules in my coven. Now I know a lot of folks out there do this though, and that's fine. There's a lot of folks I know. Hoodoo Sen Moise, he will charge you whatever it costs to do his voodoo spells. But if you don't get the result, you can go back to him and say, "Look, this didn't work. What do we got to do now?" And he's not going to do this. This is the worst
Oh, we'll need
example.
another $10,000 for that.
Well, I'll give you another $29.95, but he's not going to clean
No.
you, take you to the cleaners for $60,000. It's this kind of stuff that makes witches look so bad.
Oh yeah, and you got to remember how many back in the day when people were when witchcraft was secret and all that, then those witches probably learned not to charge money because things don't go right with their person they're helping. They're going to go, "Oh, she's a witch,"
Essentially, what it comes down to is you're using a natural power for monetary gain. And boy, isn't that a slippery slope.
It can be, yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. This one is an old story, but and something I've always been interested in is reincarnation. Of course, I'm interested in everything weird and paranormal. But this story, I had heard about this as one of the documented cases that had a lot of evidence, but I never really knew the story. And I saw this interesting article from dailymail.co.uk. Was Lullafa pilot reincarnated as a boy in Middlesbrough? How Carl Eden started sharing eerily accurate memories of flying a Second World War bomber as a young child. I urge everybody, if you're interested in reincarnation, to go read this article. I'm going to sum it up a little bit here. It's a sad story. This kid was born in 1972, so like 30 years after World War II, and he had all these memories, just like that Little Man Down story. Little Man Down in the plane is very similar to that. He would have nightmares of his plane going down and his leg being severed, and telling his parents all this. And his dad started doing research and finding what his son was telling him was completely accurate. And they actually had psychologists study this case and study this man until he was about 17. And he said, he described how he died. The plane was crashing. He was trying to jump out of the plane, and his leg got severed. And it crashed. Well, it turns out the town he's from in Middlesbrough did have a Lullafa plane crash near these railroad tracks, and they buried it there. There was 4 pilots or four crewmen, and they only found 3 in the wreckage. They don't know where the 4th one went, and they just buried the plane there. Because there was a railroad that was busy and they needed to get it moving again. This is World War II. It was important. Well, the boy, the last time the psychologist talked to him, he was 17, going to get married and live his life. He was trying to move on from these memories. Well, when he was 22 in 1995 or whatever I think it was, something like that, he got stabbed to death by a coworker right on those tracks near that train tracks, about less than a mile away from where that plane crashed. A couple years later, they dug up that plane, and they found a body still there that's been there all those years, buried, and its leg had been severed, just like he said. Now, you look at this picture, Heather, look at that picture. You see it in the eyes. You really do see it. This is the pilot they found in that plane and him.
Not just the eyes. You can see it in the nose. You can see it in the lips, the jawline. And this is an amazing thing. I had a guest on. Oh, gosh, was it Nasos Komianos or another guest? I think it was another guest who was on talking about the same topic. Mm-hmm. And he brought this up that I think it was Nasos Komianos. He's got a real
Sounds
difficult name to pronounce. He's Greek.
I would butcher it to death.
Yeah, but he talks about this, that in reincarnation, you don't just have kids that are born that have maybe a scar in the location of the injury that took them.
Oh, he did too.
Life, but they'll many times look like who they were in the previous life. And I am fascinated with reincarnation. I mean, this is, of all the paranormal topics that we talk about, got to be one of the most universal topics. I mean, this affects all of us. Jason, who were you? Who was I? I mean, this is an incredible story, and I'm so glad that you brought it to the table for tonight. It
really made me think deeply, because it's also my grandfather had dementia or Alzheimer's, and his last words haunt me. The day he died, he finally spoke after not speaking for 2 years, and he said, "Life's a joke." And this story, this is kind of dark place to go, but this story made me think about that because, look, this kid, he ended up being born in the town he crashed and died, and then he dies less than a mile from where he originally died.
Yeah.
What is that?
It makes you wonder. I was just watching this movie again last night. Talk about going dark. It is Halloween, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's this movie out there called A Dark Song, and
Yeah.
I keep watching it, and I keep watching it. I keep seeing new things in this movie, and there's something that one of the lead characters says in the movie. The girl says, "Is everything in this world all about science? Why do you do all this? The movie is about high magic, ritual magic."
Right, they're trying to make this ritual happen.
Right, yes, and it's a very arduous ritual. It's actually the Abramelin, which is a real ritual. So here they're doing this, and this girl is not really that involved in magic, and she's asking the guy, the main priest, who's conducting all of this, what is it? Why do you do this? What is the point of all of this? And he says, to know, to see the architecture, to see how the levers work to climb the mountain.
Exactly.
And she says, well, then you're talking about power. And he goes, no, knowledge.
Yeah.
Now, Jason, the reason I tell you this is because if we could really figure out the mechanisms, the levers, the architecture behind reincarnation, would we ever truly begin to understand this life and the unseen world around us?
It would change everything. It'd be like another movie you talked about recently on your show was The Discovery. It would change everything.
It would. It truly would. But this is such a good example. This is a new story to me, and if you don't mind, I want to do some research on this story, and I'll probably end up talking about it on the Kingdom of Nye, because this is a fine example and a new example of a really strong reincarnation case.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at these two pictures side by side that you have on the screen right now, and I'm just getting chills all over.
This story bothered me. It actually kind of bothered me. That's why I decided I don't usually add stories that are older. It's more current. But this one I read, I'm like, this is going World Wide weird because it bothered me. But we're gonna move on. Well, I'll send you that link on Facebook, Heather.
Thank you. Yeah, no, when you said, "Oh, I have an old story," I thought this must be a real good one.
Yeah. All right, next one. This is a video here, two different videos. A massive scar-shaped UFO has been spotted by a witness while carrying out some construction work. That's the second video. The first one on the same. This is all on October 22nd at 3:40 p.m. Another witness saw the same one on his way home in Ohio. So we got one that was working construction. He saw it, and where was the state though? I forgot. In Beachfront House, past Christensen, Mississippi was the first one, and the second video is from Ohio. So go ahead and roll that. Oh, get your thing in front of it there, Jeff. Might be hard for people to see. It's a little cigar-shaped UFO.
I see it. There it is. Oh my God.
Now, wait till you see the other video. It looks just like it. Now, could it be a blimp, though? That's the only thing I'm wondering. Because last time I had one similar like this, it turned out to be a blimp.
Looks like a blimp.
Yeah. See it there? Here it is in this guy's video. You see it off in the distance out over the cornfield. I mean, it's definitely the right altitude for a blimp.
Well, I'm waiting for it to make some sort of maneuver that it shouldn't be able to make.
It doesn't. It just floats there. That's what makes me wonder if it's a blimp. It could be traveling, and that's it. That's all you get. The video ends there. It's like you showed a recent UFO video. It looks really good. It's definitely a UFO if it's a UFO. But one of the things that annoyed me about it is that you don't see how it flies off. That's always like the key. It's like, how does it leave?
It's true. And then this is why I do the same thing you do. You bring the videos, you pose them to the people, and you see what everybody else thinks, right? You let everybody kind of judge it, examine it, come to a consensus. And it turns out that video that I had on Friday night is CGI. It's a CGI
that's what was my
so
guess.
I gotta go on Monday and make sure we clear that up, because just like you, Jason, none of us want to put out evidence that isn't real.
But it was interesting, and you and I are not experts. We're definitely more knowledgeable than a lot of people, but we're not experts. So how are we going to know if it's fake or not? We're just we're sharing. Let the audience decide. I think we both learned that from art.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. And the thing that was interesting about that is that video went viral in South America, which I thought was really interesting. So if it's not a real video, apparently it came from March, not from recently. It was just a little confusion because something was seen in the skies, and they were equating it with that video. But
Heather,
things, even if it's a blimp, you got to take a look at it and rule it out at the very least.
But I think, I don't know if you've had a guest on or if I had it on Michael Vera, but somebody really was putting the point out there that when there's a UFO sighting, a real one, that there are agents that will go online and post videos with the date of that time of that sighting, but they'll be hoax videos. So it just throws people off the trail. I don't remember whose show I heard that on, but I thought that was a really interesting take on what might be happening sometimes.
Yes, and so how is a couple of talk show hosts to keep up with everything and know what is what in this kind of a climate, Jason?
Don't blame the host. We're just the messenger. Okay, we got another UFO one here. This one actually is from a thread that Teresa, a fan of your show and mine, sent me a message about this thread. She's like, "This is interesting." And I'm like, yeah, it's, and I'm not sure where this is at. I couldn't find what town this was at. This is supposed to be jets over Soco. We're getting multiple eyewitnesses reports of strange lights over the bay in southern Anne Arundel County, Arundel. Our airman's working as sources to find out why fighter jets were also spotted at low altitudes. Well, everybody was posting pictures and videos of what they're seeing. The one there is a total triangle craft here in the middle. If Jeff wants to blow that out. The other one might be the jets they say were chasing it over the ocean. But I haven't gotten a good location where this at or anything else. I've been trying to find a MUFON case on it. But I did think it was interesting because there was a ton of people talking about it. I'm not sure where southern Anne Arundel County is.
That is in Maryland, Jason.
Maryland, that's right. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Not
familiar. My geography sucks.
Well, if it's on the East Coast, I probably haven't heard of it. That was my first clue. But, Google knows everything.
All right. But, yeah, you see kind of like a triangle-shaped craft there. Could that be just the jets flying in formation? I don't know.
Oh, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know about that being jets.
I know.
Jason, I'm not
I thought it was
sure
interesting.
What that is, but those look blue. Those lights look a little bit bluish
That's what I thought.
white to me.
And it'd be pretty big. You got to think it'd have to be pretty big to be that large up in the sky like that.
Yes, and I don't know. Maybe you have better eyes than I do, but I'm looking at that and I can't see clouds through those three lights.
Yeah, it does look like it's blocking it.
That blocking the view would indicate to me not jets.
No. And then the other picture is supposed to be, I think, jets chasing something out over the ocean. Those are the two most interesting pictures I could find.
Wow, I'm really impressed with the triangle craft photo there on the left. That is really, really interesting. Certainly worth examination. The other one, too, I see the three lights there.
Yeah.
That is, again, this is why we have to examine this stuff, because even if it isn't true, Jason, all we need is one.
Yep, exactly.
Right? All we need is one. So, continue to examine photos, look at videos. If it's a blimp, rule it out, that sort of a thing. But we only need one good one to answer the UFO question.
We just need one to land right down in front of a newscast. Right down when they're doing their newscast. That's what we need. Just land and come on out and wave your hand.
That'll work. Take it.
Next one's from dailywire.com. I'm not going to read the whole article. You can check this out, but I find this so disturbing. And it's just like the Slender Man case. Satan-worshipping girls plan to kill classmates and drink their blood. Florida law enforcement officials said on Wednesday that they foiled a plot by two Satan-worshipping middle school girls this week who planned to kill over a dozen small children, eat their flesh, and drink their blood. The 6th and 7th grade girls are ages 11 and 12, respectively, were arrested at Bartow Middle School on Tuesday after... they brought weapons to the school and admitted to plotting the attack. What is going on in this world? I feel like we're in the 80s satanic scare again.
Yeah, this is out of control. What in the world is the matter with people these days, Jason?
Or their children, our children. I'm a parent. This stuff scares they always find these great scary stories like this right before Halloween to scare parents. You got to worry about your kids going to school and the other kids being satanic worshiping kids. I guess I don't know. I already had enough to worry about on my plate.
Well, I'm sure you do it. You got your hands full. But I mean, when I was in school, when I was coming up, when it come to being curious about the dark side and being curious about Satanism, we'd just go borrow somebody's copy of the Satanic Bible and read it and light a candle and just, everybody gets scared. Nobody would have thought of this, Jason.
No.
Nobody I mean, look, I got a reputation for being a little crazy, but even as a kid, I can't imagine the thought process that makes these kids think this is the thing to do.
Well, they obviously have no empathy, and they're, to really plan to hurt and kill somebody. Maybe they chickened out at the end, and that's how they got cut. That's my hope.
I don't know, and I don't want to say that these are bad kids and just give up on them. We don't want to give up on them. Somebody needs to instill in them a value of life, because this is not a good thought process. I want to know, what is the thought process that makes a child grab a weapon and say, the thing to do is kill my classmates and we're going to have them for lunch? I mean,
I'm going to eat their flesh. Where does that come from? I mean, of course, everybody's going to blame Hollywood and all that stuff. But what I want to know, where does the lack of empathy, the lack of caring for another human being come from these kids? I always say what scares me the most is the future, because of the monsters we're breeding. And that's as a parent, I say that.
Why, where is the value of life right now? I don't know. I've thought about this. I don't know. Is it technology? I don't know if that's what it is. Are these kids just trying to be cool? Do they think that this is cool? Apparently nowadays, Jason, it seems to be somehow kind of cool to be mean to other people, as mean as you can possibly be. Apparently that makes you cool. So I don't know what they thought, but somebody needs to have a talk with them and tell them, look, this is not.
It's going to be a lot more than a talk. It's going to be a lot more than a talk. It's going to be years of therapy.
Oh, you want to do something cool? Get out there and accomplish something. Then you'll be cool. But man, that is one hell of a story. You really punched me in the gut with that one. My God, this is real. Jeez.
Yeah, and it's scary. Look at this knife that these kids brought. I mean, they meant some business, man. The Too Much American Horror Story, I don't know. You want to blame Hollywood? I don't know. But we'll move on. We'll get to some ghost photos here. This next one's mirror.co.uk. You recently had a guest on about the Titanic, which I loved that episode. Have you seen the ghost photo that recently came out from the Titanic? This is Cheryl, 30, and Luke Arkless, 34, with a ghost in the background behind Cheryl. A couple were left terrified after what they believe is a ghost of a Titanic captain photobombed. I love it when they say ghost photobomb. Photobombed them at a historic pub with connections to the doomed ship. Cheryl and Luke Arkless noticed something blurry in the background of their photo taken in a bar which is full to the brim with original memorabilia from the infamous voyage. They said they also felt something cold on their backs. The couple, both 34, were on a trip to Belfast in Northern Ireland when they visited the city of Robinson's pub. But after the pair from Devon snapped a romantic shot together, they were horrified to spot a spooky face right behind them. And I believe it bears a great resemblance to the ship captain Edward John Smith. Now, I don't know where they get the resemblance. It's a blurry image. There's something going on behind him. You almost see like a shadow figure up on the stairs a little bit, but there seems like there's something else behind them too, right behind them.
Yes, I do see that. I mean, there's clearly an anomaly there in that photo. Whether it is who they say it is, I can't make a determination about that. Wait a minute. What is that? What is that funny little spot above her
head?
Here. Oh, that's the picture frame on the wall in the next room.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what that is. Wow. Well, there's clearly an anomaly on the photo that would have been very difficult to put in there with any kind of software.
Yeah. It's interesting, especially the memorabilia. If any of those spirits are attached to that, you wonder. But to say it's that captain, I don't know how they could say that. I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't rule it out at all that those souls are going to be attached to all the items from the ship. I mean, think about it. That was a fairly, I wouldn't necessarily call it sudden, but certainly a surprising and traumatic and awful way to die.
Oh, yeah. I have fears of the water, and the Titanic gives me nightmares. All right, so let's move on to the last thing. This is Jason's rant of the night. Heather, you're a Netflix girl like me. I'm a Netflix guy, so we cruise at night late. We both have insomnia, and I'm wondering if you've ever come across this new one. It came out, I think, just a couple weeks ago, called Haunted. It's about real people to sit down and tell their stories.
I've seen it, and I haven't watched it yet. Have you?
I have, and this is my rant.
Oh,
here we go.
I'm
Okay.
gonna sit back and get comfy. Go,
All right.
go.
I got to make it quick because we're running late into the commercial break, but I want to get this one out. I really do. All right. So I watched this one night. I watched the first episode. I don't want to ruin the stories, but there was one with a guy who tells his family about how he's been haunted by this woman in his closet for all of his life, and it's really terrifying. He seems legitly real. His motions seem real, but people can be good actors. I hate Paranormal Witness. Everybody's an actor in that. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. The second episode I saw is what made me go, what? All right, second episode is a family talking about their grandfather or father who was a serial killer who kills all these people up in the mountains. Okay, and it's horrible to them. And the women my wife says she doesn't buy the one woman talking. My wife has maybe a better instinct about it than I do, but I thought she was legitimately seemed emotional and, not totally. If she's acting, I thought it was pretty good. But they're telling this story, and like the grandson even talks about like he found the trophies from his grandfather's victims after they died, and he threw them away. I'm like, what? This is evidence. Yeah, this is evidence. What's going on here? So I'm not the only one who had these questions. I went on and found Reddit. Reddit had the same questions. All these people posted to Reddit going, what's up with episode 2 of Haunted on Netflix? I mean, is there a police case? Is there anything going on? Well, I got for people watching, I got the one of the producers responded to these questions. He goes, we relayed what we were told. This is from Brett Patrick Jenkins, a producer. We relayed what we were told to the authorities. The whole thing is shocking, emotional. No feedback from law enforcement. Hopefully this show adds pressure to the authorities, or I can't read the last part. Adds pressure and leads to an investigation. No, I think the authorities would be definitely interested in you to be getting feedback if these people are coming out with this kind of story.
No statute of limit. Excuse me. Sorry, Jason.
No, sorry.
I was just eating some Halloween candy here. No statute of limitations on murder. And this guy's a producer. You can't tell me and you, Jason, that kind of a story because you and I both know that shows are worked on way in advance of them airing. So he's only addressing this now that it's aired.
Yes.
Like they didn't know in production. This is their second episode, as if they didn't know in a pre-interview. Wait a minute, your grandfather killed somebody?
Killed a ton of people, Heather. He was a serial killer. That's the whole show, that episode. It's only like 30 minutes long, but that's what it's about. Him and his wife were serial killers, basically. Not just their father, their mom was in on it too. And like at the end, her mom. Yeah. So this is my rant. I don't know if you've seen movies like The Fourth Kind. The director gets up there, the actress gets up there, and they tell you it's totally real. And it's not. It's completely fake. It's the Blair Witch Project, Orson Welles, War of the Worlds. It's the fake mentaries that they're posting now. Hollywood just is shamelessly doing these shows. Paranormal Witness is one of them that is so obvious that none of it's real, and they're all actors. I mean, I remember A Haunting. They had real cases, real people. I enjoyed that,
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that's what we're looking for, the real deal.
The real deal.
And that's why we need folks like you and everybody else who's joined us tonight, by the way. Everybody that's here, you, Jason, we need you doing this work because you are doing the real stuff. Tonight, as I understand it, we are going to be trying to make contact with the other side for real.
Exactly.
For real. And we need people like you doing this work, and everybody that's on the panel with us, most of the people that's on the L&M radio network here, we are looking for real evidence. We're not interested in, I can put on a show. You want me to put on a show and fake you out? Yeah, I can do that all night long. I'm sure you could too, Jason. I'm sure we all could. We're not interested in that.
Not
I can
at
turn
all.
on a movie and get a jump scare. I need the real evidence, and they just muddy the water. God, man,
and it's irresponsible too. It's irresponsible, is what I'm saying too.
On many levels, good Lord. I mean, they should have been going to the authorities a long time ago, not some paranormal show to make it a scary thing. I mean, doesn't anybody care about the loss of life?
Right. That's like these people didn't even care. Just threw out the trophies. I'm like, the producers don't realize what they're showing here. How did they not realize this? But that's it for my rant. Heather, I hope I didn't ruin it for you. If you want to go check it out and get your opinion on it, I would love to hear your opinion on it.
No, not at all. This is all really good radio that we're into here tonight. I know we're a little late getting to your break, and I apologize for that. But man, that story right there, I am gonna go watch Haunted.
I want to hear what you think. I can't wait.
On Monday, you can expect a rant about that.
Oh, heck yes. All right, guys.
Got to get more information is all. All right, Jason.
We're going to go to a commercial break, guys. People watching on Facebook, listening on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network, please go donate and subscribe. This is L&M Spook-A-Thon. We're doing this to try to get you to help us out. Without you, we would not have a radio network. We need your donations, your subscriptions. Help us out. Without you, we wouldn't have all these great hosts like Heather Wade. Right now with us from the Kingdom of Night. We need you to keep L&M going. All right, when we come back, we're going to have the best of the ghost evidence of the World Wide Web of Weird, and then we're going to try to communicate with the spirits. Be ready to call in and have it in mind who you want to try to communicate with. All right, guys, back in just a few minutes.
While you're sitting back and enjoying this year's Spook-A-Thon, please do not forget the purpose for this great one-of-a-kind event. The L&M Radio Network is listener-funded, and that means we need you to keep doing what we do here. Bringing you the best hosts with the best guests and the best information and entertainment of any other radio station on the planet. I planted this seed called L&M 11 years ago, not having any idea how big this baby would grow. And grown it has. Like anything we love, we want to cherish, protect, and be sure it continues to breathe life to all the great people who depend on our shows and our content each and every day. So won't you please reach into your pocket today and donate to the L&M Radio Network, because without you, there is no us. And no us means no me and you. I don't know about you, but that makes me sad. We started this mission 11 years ago, not knowing what it was. We can continue this mission only with your help. So go over to LateNightInTheMidlands.com or LNMRadioNetwork.com and click the donate button now, so we can continue to bring you the best guests with the best information, the best host on the #1 network in the land, the L&M Radio Network. Enjoy the Spook-A-Thon, folks.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup, this is the L&M Spook-A-Thon and our Halloween show, the third one we've done. We're going to have our best of ghost evidence. That's what we're doing next here. But we're also going to have phone lines in the show, which are open now. You can call in. You just have to wait till we call upon you. You might wait a little bit because we're going to do this best of ghost evidence of the World Wide Web of Weird. But the phone lines are 219-230-4444. It's 219-230-4444. You can call in on Skype. There's J Bland. Paranormal Soup is one of the Skype IDs. The other one is OO J Bland OO. You can also call in at Soup Live Chat 800 Live Chat. Now that's the video Skype line. We can actually see you. Heather can see you. We do sometimes have problems with that. So if you do call in and we can't see you or we can't hear you, just be prepared to call in on another line. And if I hang up on you, it's because I got the line full. So just call back a few minutes later when you hear another line clear up. All right, we got some ghost boxing to do. We got some great ghost photos and evidence and videos and stuff I want to get over. So let's get back to the show. Appears I still have my whole panel with me. Welcome back, guys. All right, so tonight, we've been doing World Wide Web of Weird from the very day one. I pretty much started doing this where I before I could have guests, my way of filling up the time of a show was to talk about weird and strangeness on the web. So this is from this year are some of my favorite of the ghost stories. And I'm going to try to get through this quick tonight, but this is some of my favorites. So I'm not going to read the whole articles on that. The first one is what I find interesting. Let me get the share screen back up, too, so the audience can see. Hold on one second. Again, people listening on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network, we are a webcast. Check us out at Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. You can watch, see the videos. We got some good videos in this one to see. But this is an article. You can find this from sivtimes.com. And Russian family haunted by poltergeist arsonists. We probably had this like a few months ago. Ilfat and Lysiana Musin are newlyweds living in... I cannot say the name of this town, Nizhizmas, God, I'm totally butchering that, with a baby. The family appeared to local journalists after they tried to endure harassment by aggressive supernatural forces, reports the Chronicle.info.com with references to something else here. I don't have it to say. The young couple claimed they were that they lived and they had constantly to change residence, renting different flats, as there would be spontaneous fires that would pop up around them. And what interests me about this case is I had one as a paranormal investigator where people they left their home. Luckily, it didn't follow them, but they had these spontaneous fires, and I saw the evidence of it. I saw the scorch marks where there's no electronics anywhere near it. I saw the one that drove them out of their house. It was in their kitchen, but it was nowhere anything electrical, and no oven was near it or anything like that. And I could see where the flame just shot out of the counter and it even hit the ceiling. And they left all their stuff. They didn't want to take anything with them. They're afraid it would follow them with any of their own personal items. They had TVs. You could see where they left their food out. I think the most scariest thing of a haunting is fire. And think about all the haunted houses that seem to always go down in flames.
I had Keith Linder on my program just last Thursday, and that was an aspect of his case.
Yeah, the Bibles.
Items catching on fire in his house, and you want to talk about a real level of fear. Yeah. That would do it.
This my wife, her biggest fear is fire. She has OCD, and she will check the knobs. She's better now, but when I first married her, she would go and check the knobs on the oven to make sure they're turned, they're not on. That's how much she fears fire. And that
we all should. I mean, look, it's all gone when our houses catch on fire. That's it. And I've had a fire in my living room before, and it's absolutely devastating. That was in an apartment building, so if it had gotten really bad, there would have been other families affected by it. Not everybody lives in a single family detached home. So even when you're dealing with paranormal activity wherever that you live, if you're attached to another family in an apartment building or a duplex or something like that, now the fear level goes up, because what if somebody else gets hurt due to what's going on at your house that you don't have an explanation for?
Right. And you could get accused of arson, I mean, but yeah, it's what scares me the most. And what I loved about the story, and like I say, check it out from sivtimes.com, is the fact that I always say so many haunted houses end in fire. It seems to be mostly because they end up becoming abandoned, and either the town secretly burns them down, or teenagers do partying in them. But it always seems these haunted houses end by fire, and that's the scariest part of me of a haunting. I would be out if I start seeing fire.
At the Borley Rectory, there was a spirit that said, this house is going to burn to the ground in 1938, I think.
Yeah.
And it didn't burn down until 1939, but it did burn down.
Came pretty close.
Man, you're right. That would really be the thing to get me to move away. And these folks in Russia, they left everything they owned behind.
No,
including
that was
their-
my case. That was my
Your-
case. These people, these people move and it follows them. It's the worst kind.
Oh,
They can't get rid of it. It happens everywhere they go. What kind of nightmare is that? And that's what the people I dealt with feared would happen to them. They feared it would follow. That's why they left their stuff.
And so then, when these people try to go out and get help, and they tell somebody what's going on with them, what's going on in their life, and they're not believed. I mean, that is a level of exasperation. I don't know how anyone could maintain that in their life. You're going to have to start to put horse blinders on just to live your life.
They took shifts. They would take shifts for sleeping. One would have to stay awake to make sure nothing would catch on fire. Imagine that.
Wow, I can't imagine what that would be like to really truly live like that. You would end up so crazy from sleep deprivation.
That's
really makes
a
the
scary
heart go
thought.
out to folks that deal with this. That's what
That's
comes to mind.
Why I do residential cases. That's why I do big places sometimes, but I've always focused on residential cases and trying to help people that are living with this, let them know they're not crazy. All right, this next one, I love stuff that comes from police departments, and I got a couple in this. This one comes from CCTV footage from an Australian police department who caught this. They couldn't explain why the one of their storage facility doors would open. Or had been open the next day, so they went and looked at the CCTV footage. Now, we'll pay attention to the objects that move out of it once it opens on its own. They still can't explain why it opened on its own.
Okay.
So you're going to see the door, there it goes, opening. So the cops are going, okay, yeah, there it is. It's opening on its own. Well, who opened it? They're wondering that. But then it gets even weirder.
Huh.
In just a sec.
Well, normally, there'd be a button. You'd have to push a button somewhere to get it to open.
Video's a little choppy. You can find this. I think I got this one. I was on Coast, but you can find it. Australian CCTV footage. Do you see that? The little broom that came out.
Oh, well, that is strange. So it almost leads a person to think that there's some sort of entity inside the room just kicking stuff.
And was it an evidence room? You wonder. Is there something in there?
Even weirder. Well, you talk about an evidence room. We were just talking about the Titanic, there's also going to be a lot of entities and spirit attachments to
Look at that broom, though.
That evidence room.
Look how that broom just comes out, pops out.
What? That thing is standing up, Jason.
Yeah. It reminds me from the scene from Last Jedi. The broom floats.
Hang on. Am I crazy, or did I see that thing lying on the ground and now it's up and now it fell over?
Yeah. And it floats out of it. It floats out of the storage facility. It just totally floats out of it, like somebody's walking out with the broom, ready to go sweep. Oh wait, I'm on camera and invisible. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, you got a real nice piece of evidence here. That is interesting. Very interesting. I mean, of course, there's different ways this could have been faked. We always have to take that into account. But
it came from a police department, though.
Move like that, and why would a police department be interested in faking somebody? That doesn't make sense.
They wouldn't. I worked with a police officer for a very short time to decide it wasn't the career for me. I got to know cops pretty well, and no, they would not do this. They would not fake in Australia or in America. The mentality is pretty the same, and they would not mess around like that. So that's why I love stories that come from police officers.
Yeah, they have reputations to maintain. They can't afford. They cannot afford looked at as
exactly
as having their judgment be in question.
Now this next one, this is from a security guard, so maybe not as formidable as being a police officer, but this is a security guard. This is going to have audio, so the listening audience is going to be able to hear some of this here. But he's from Argentina, so you're not going to understand a word he's saying. But there's some translation stuff I'll try to read off that comes up on the screen here. That's not it. You had it before. Jeff's trying to find it.
Okay.
Don't tell me you lost the video. You had it, Jeff. We had it earlier before show. Oh, it's a good one. We might have to skip. I think that's it. No, that's not it. That's another security guard. That's a really good one, too.
They'll find it.
Yeah.
You have a good team, Jason.
Yes, I do. Jeff is awesome. This is it. He got it. This one should have audio.
Bueno, ya.
It's 11 o'clock at night. It's the third time he's heard banging noises, so he decided to record.
No sé qué está pasando, pero lo quiero grabar ahora.
Says he doesn't know what's going on, but he's going to film it to show people.
Esto nunca me pasó. Y nada, lo quería grabar.
You can hear the door slamming in the background.
Para que viera Dios. Puta que te parió. La puta que te parió.
Do I get in trouble with FCC if he's cussing in another language? I don't know if he is. Okay, here it comes. Here comes the ghost money shot here.
Ya la tercera vez.
There it goes.
I saw that.
You remember that?
Look at that. That's
You remember that? I was trying to figure out, wasn't it an Argentine stadium? I just thought about this tonight. I was reading the article. Like, wasn't there that black shadow that ran through the stadium?
Tercera vez.
I don't remember what stadium that was.
That's a new on me, Jason. You'll have to inform me about that. But I just saw that, and I'm trying to figure out how that could be CGI or...
It could be. It could be. I don't know. I've never figured this one out. I love this one just because I love human interaction when it's videos, you know. And he definitely seems scared.
Well, he does. And that door, we saw the door on the video. There was, I didn't even see a door handle on the door. So how is he...
And if he's faking it, he's risking his job.
Exactly. And that thing is really, it's banging away in there. See, there's the door. There's the door right there. I don't see much of there is a door handle. Okay.
Yeah, somebody could be standing behind there.
Side, and do we see behind the door? We do. There's nothing behind the door.
He circles the whole room. There it goes.
Wow, that's just, Jason, you have really outdone yourself.
We're not done tonight, Heather. This is the World Wide Web of Weird Best of, so I tried to find the best from this year. There's stuff I've had from previous years that blows some of this away, but I wanted to focus on this year. All right, so...
Good one. A really good... Where does this come from again? What country?
The Argentine.
Argentina. Wow.
Yeah.
There is, Argentina's a hot spot, Jason.
It is, isn't it, for ghost and UFOs?
Weirdest stuff. You got your cattle mutilations going on down there right now. Right now, those are ramping up. You've got UFO sightings where beings are getting out of craft and running up into trees and things like that.
Dogmen.
Really? We got dogmen too?
A couple years ago.
Chupacabra. There's now new reports of Chupacabra down there. And here we get this. It's just unbelievable.
That's where you got to go on vacation, Heather. Just pack it up for a week, play some reruns, and go to Argentina.
I think so. And take a digital recorder and a camera and see what we get. I mean, this is.
I think people would be willing for you to take a vacation to go to Argentina because you'd come back with some good stuff.
I mean, as far as evidence goes, this is really a good piece. Excellent selection to bring in. And how old is this?
Well, this is from this last year. Everything I picked is from this last year. Yeah.
Man, that's incredible, that door. And you do hear the fear in his voice. You hear that this man is absolutely terrified. He's telling you, I am absolutely terrified. This has never happened to me before. I got to get a video of it to prove it.
He's not crazy.
And yeah, exactly. Because we all think, and I think with this string of videos and evidence and news articles that you're bringing forward here tonight to start us off, really, by the end of this, if you have more even after this, I don't know how any of us can.
And the next one's from Argentina.
Oh, God. Well, how can any of us question the reality of the unseen, Jason, looking at this? I mean, this video right here, just this one.
Well, like this next one, isn't a video, but it's an interesting story from Argentina. This one comes from oddcitycentral.com. Ghost hitchhiker vanishes into thin air, leaving burnt footprints on car mat. We have the picture of the burnt footprints. Jeff, should be just a photo on this one.
I think I know this story. This one does sound.
You might have covered this one.
The one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, this is from March 7th, 2018. Argentina man has been making news headlines over South America for experiencing a bizarre paranormal phenomenon. A hitchhiker he picked up. Why is he picking up a hitchhiker is my point I made the first time I read this. Picked up a hitchhiker on the side of the road, allegedly disappeared from the front of the passenger seat of his truck, leaving behind only a burnt smell and melted shoe marks in his rubber car mats. Jeff's still looking for the photo. Pedro Perion from the town of San Jose de la Esquina, I probably butchered that, in Santa Fe, was driving home on February 26 when he saw a young man hitchhiking on the side of the road. As he often did on business trips around the province, Perion pulled over and offered to give the boy a ride. Why are you giving, here's the picture, why are you giving a young boy a ride, man? I don't know what happens in Argentina, but in America, it's a bad idea. It's just a bad idea to pick up hitchhikers altogether. But why does he do that?
They're a little more old-fashioned.
I guess so.
I do remember I reported on this story as soon as it hit the news back in March because I just couldn't believe it. And if I remember correctly, in the original article there were quotes from the man who picked up the hitchhiker, and if I recall, those quotes were pretty good. I hadn't seen this photo though of the footprints of the mat in the car. This is excellent stuff, Jason.
Oh, you hadn't seen the photos of the mat? That's what got my attention about this when I first read it in the World Wide Web Weird, is the way that you can see the shoe prints. It also got my attention is why is he picking up a hitchhiker? But, it seems like it's just a bad idea.
They actually still do that in some parts of the world nowadays. But that is really something else. Very strange story. And if I recall, wasn't the hitchhiker, when the man picked the hitchhiker up, didn't the hitchhiker behave strangely, if I remember?
He goes, looking back on events that transpired that day, Pedro wishes he had learned more about this mysterious passenger. After he was able to get it out of him that he came from the neighboring town of Artigas, and that he was 17 years old. When he asked him if he was going all the way to San Jose, the boy said no, adding that he will let Perion know where he'd like to get out. Finally, he asked me to drop him off at the junction with a road leading to the cemetery, and as soon as I got there, I sensed an awful burning smell, Pedro told the reporters. I stopped to see if something had caught fire, got out to check the back of the truck, and as soon as I turned around, I noticed there was no one inside. The startled driver went to check the front passenger seat more thoroughly, but all he found were 2 footprints melted into the rubber and the burnt smell. So it's like, did he just teleport out?
Yeah, well, there's an old story that my buddy Alan Pacheco tells, and it's in Santa Fe, and it's an old story about the devil, and the devil walking into a bar in Santa Fe, and, a sleepy little bar. And a lot of these bars, they're made of, they have wood paneling and that kind of thing. Well, apparently a gentleman walks into the bar, and he introduces himself as the devil. And nobody believes him. The bartender doesn't believe him. And the devil says, oh, well, I will leave my mark. And he goes up to the wall, and he just puts his hand on the wall, and it leaves a burnt handprint. The devil gets his drink, and he leaves. And apparently that handprint exists on the wall to this day in this Santa Fe bar. So this story reminded me a lot of that. And it made me wonder, nothing against the young man, the hitchhiker, but is he a demon? Is he the devil in disguise? What caused this?
Or an alien? I don't know. He was just getting a hitched a ride because the aliens needed to pick him up in another spot. I don't know. What would burn the mat like that? Melt it? I mean, the heat. That's crazy.
I instantly think of the devil when I see something like that. When I see something
because of that story.
Like that. Well, the young man was also on his way to the cemetery. What was he doing wanting to go out there for? It calls up the devil to me. I could be wrong. Maybe it is extraterrestrial. Maybe they have special kinds of shoes on their planet that aren't compatible with floor mats.
Or it's the teleportation method. I don't know.
I don't know what that really. I remember that story. I remember talking about.
I wondered if you had talked about this one.
Yeah. When that hit the news in March, because remember that was before my world fell apart. So I was talking about that, and I'm glad that you brought it up tonight, because when it comes to all of the paranormal, the devil is certainly a question. I've never really been sure if the devil is real, and as a witch, when I see that kind of stuff, it really makes my blood run cold, because am I on the wrong team here? If the devil's real, I may need to go somebody write a memo to somebody.
If your shoes start smoking, then you might be in trouble. All right, Jeff, we're going to skip 5. I want to move on so we can get to the rest. Let's skip 5. Let's go to 6. This one we had recently, but I want to bring it back up, is the Google Maps ghost. If you can bring up that video, the Google Maps ghost. Throwing Jeff for a loop here. Working Jeff hard tonight.
So quick, though. I don't know how he does this stuff so fast. Really? God,
It'd be number 6. Yep, that's it, Jeff. So this came from Google Maps. A lot of people, or somebody spotted it, and then it went pretty viral. Google Maps view a cemetery in Texas appears to show a spooky figure that some suspected could be a ghost. The eerie scene is in Martha's Chapel Cemetery in the city of Huntsville. Was spotted by an unnamed individual who passed along the coordinates to YouTube. So you can go check it out yourself, the coordinates, but they don't give you the coordinates in the article. I want to go check it out myself. Oh, but you got the security card video. You had it up, so that's not it. Yep, not that one. Not that one. Save that. That's stop, Jeff. Not that one. Not that one.
I saw that.
Not that one. Not that one. Look at Leon's bleep. Not that one. Keep going.
He's working on it there. He's working on it.
That one. There you go. Sorry. I think you just that one. There you go. Okay. So this is the Google Maps ghost. And it was, like I said, recorded in a cemetery in Texas. For people listening, you see this little pale face peeking out behind the tree. Now, it could have been just a girl that happened to be in that spot when the Google cam was going by. Possibly. But she does look a bit eerie creepy.
No, that's a ghost, Jason. That is totally. That is absolutely a ghost. That looks exactly like the ghost I saw.
Really?
Without a question, that is a ghost.
Really?
That is a real specter from not of this world.
Is it the coloration that makes you feel that way? Is it similar?
Is the coloration.
Yeah, that's what I thought about it. The way her skin tone is colored. Because I've kind of seen something similar like that once in my life, too. And it's the skin color.
Tone.
Yeah,
that's the real deal right
The
there.
article also points out and says that this little black shape in the background is like the Grim Reaper coming to get the little girl, but I think it could be just something on the fence. But the little girl in the Google video, to me, there's something really eerie about. Kid ghosts are just frightening to me.
Well,
it's sad and frightening.
Children are innocent, or we like to think of children as innocent. Maybe not those
Satanic
teenagers who go drink the blood of their classmates.
God,
but
don't let them be ghosts.
Children are considered innocent. And so anytime we hear EVPs of children or hear about a little girl or a little boy haunting a house, it strikes a nerve. It strikes a chord in us because we don't verbalize it, Jason, but we do think of children as innocent and beyond this sort of a punishment.
Exactly.
Because nobody says it out loud, right? But really, truly, to be trapped on this world and not go on to heaven or whatever this extended the afterlife is, or be born into another life or what have you, to be stuck here as a child around a cemetery like that is a form of punishment.
Yeah, no child should be punished like that. It's the one thing I don't get about it. Yeah. Exactly. And, some investigators write them off as they're not children, they're demons. I don't buy that. I do think they're children ghosts.
I think there's a little bit of all of it. I think there's demons who come in the guise of children. I think there are true children ghosts like we're looking at right here. If anybody wants to know what a ghost looks like, you got to go to Jason Bland's Paranormal Soup Facebook. What is it? The Facebook Live?
Midwest Paranormal presents Paranormal Soup.
Yes, you've absolutely got to see this. If you're out there listening and you're only getting the audio of this, do yourself a favor and take a look at this ghost photo that Jason has got here, because that is the closest Jason I've ever seen in my entire life to the real thing.
I got a message.
The same color I got with the woman too, and I was thinking it could have been like tree bark that was matrixing the look, but it's almost like he's peeking out, like playing like hide and seek from behind the tree. Like the mannerism, it just has a really weird feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And I would really bet that if we opened up the phone lines and had anybody who has actually seen a ghost react to this photo, you'd get some really interesting responses.
Other people have seen it. I've seen it. Jamie's seen it. You've seen it. I got a text from a mutual friend of ours, Terry. And he said Huntsville, because he's from Texas, is where the executions happen. So I'll have to find out more from him of where that is. Terry, you can call in later. Tell us where that is. All right, let's move on to the next one.
There is the capital, death penalty capital in Texas, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we have two Texas ladies right here with us.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been to Demon Road and Martha Chapel Cemetery. Yeah, we've been there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess
we're going back after that picture. We'll definitely be going back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Woo, that is excellent. Jason, again, your stories tonight and your evidence is top notch.
Okay, this is my favorite one. This is when the New Year's show is gonna be best of the World Wide Web of Weird. It's gonna have UFO, ghosts, Bigfoot, all the stuff. But this is ghosts tonight. But this one's gonna be back again for that one, for maybe one of my top number one World Wide Web of Weird stories. Is this one here? This is recent. Security officer thought he spotted a ghost when he checked his CCTV. He was horrified. This will have audio. Go ahead, Jeff. You got the right video this time.
One from a second ago. Okay.
You can see it floating by, but it's his reaction. It's awesome.
Oh, and this is your favorite, so it must be good.
Look at I saw that. I saw that.
What you talking about, Willis?
See, I saw that, and I'm like, it's a kid over there by the desk, and I was like, okay. So I looked at the camera. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down. So I wanted to tell the camera, y'all see that? Y'all saw that?
I got.
Oh, you gotta love
You see it. He sees it with his eyes, though. That's so awesome. The camera gets it, and he sees it. He sees it with his eyes.
Now
You see it?
I see what he's seeing. It took a second. It definitely shows up on the video, but you got to really look for it. There it is. Yeah.
And he sees it with his own eyes. That's what I love about it. And his reaction. And the way he just like, you see that? Beep.
Worth $1 million.
Oh, hell no.
What's that?
Oh, no. That's the him talking on the video, I think.
Oh, man.
Him saying, oh, hell no.
That was me.
Oh, that was you. That was Rob.
Man, that is really cool. Well, it's good to have a little humor in all of this because people may think that you and I and folks on the panel here are kind of used to this stuff, and I guess a little bit we are. But at the same time, I still get astonished when I see something amazing. I still get astonished when strange things happen inside my own house. I mean, just because we do this every night, it doesn't mean that we can't get a good laugh out of a good piece of evidence or even a good chuckle out of a guy like this.
This was my favorite video that we've shown this year on the World Wide Web, just because of his reaction. And he sees it with his, like, so many times he's like, is that an anomaly? Whatever. Well, it can't be if he's seeing it with his own eyes.
Right. Yeah. And I love how he stands up and he kind of calls the thing out. I saw that blank. I saw that. I saw that.
He's seriously thinking about getting a new job right now.
Right. This was at a school.
Updating his resume right now.
This wasn't like some abandoned place. He's a security guard at a school in Chicago. His name's Jay Brown. I saw it from his Facebook post, from his Facebook profile. And I just thought, man, this video is just too good. Just too good.
And it's an excellent example that the evidence is out there. You have to dig to find it. The paranormal is never, ever, 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 and I'm sure everybody here tonight can agree, the paranormal never comes to you on a silver platter spoon-fed. You have to go out there and dig and find it, but it is there waiting for us to find. Excellent work digging this up.
Well, wow. This guy wasn't digging. It just happened to him. Oh.
That cracks me up, though. I saw that.
Now, this last one is from an investigation I didn't get to do, because this is what happens to me. I get a really good piece of footage from somebody that wants me to do an investigation somewhere, but when it's this good, people move, they leave, they say, screw it, I'm not dealing with it. And that's what happened. I didn't get to investigate this place, but we showed it in the World Wide Web of Weird, and I love it because I personally know where this place is. It's not far from me in a town called Portage, an apartment complex where a lot of people are experiencing stuff. I still hope to get in there. But this is a woman alone with her cell phone. When she starts hearing noises from the kitchen, she'd already had this happen to her every night, so she decided to film it. Not long after this, she moved out, and then her boyfriend eventually, he moved out too. So go ahead and play this one.
Wow. Okay.
You'll see her filming her kitchen. You're going to hear the noises soon.
Okay. See a little blue light there. Might be from her camera.
I think it's from her camera.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They would find the cabinets open all the time like that. They would find their pictures moved. They showed me the pictures. I don't want to show the pictures because it would show who they are. Yeah. But they showed me how it took their pictures of their family and all that and turned it upside down. would take their pictures and turn them upside down and stuff, weird stuff like that. And then they hear voices, and the kitchen seemed to be the main area where weird stuff would happen like this. That's what always happens to me. I get this good evidence from somebody, and then I don't get in to do the investigation because they're just like, I'm out.
Was that the one, Jason, that had the dog that was acting strange in the hall, like towards the kitchen or something?
No, that's a different video. That was a good one too. That one I didn't have any personal investigation with, but this one I got to talk to the clients, and I really wanted to do this investigation. When you see something like this,
it's just all but impossible to live with, and to live like that and go, well, the investigator is going to be here in 2 weeks. Are you?
Yeah, that's what it came down to.
Insanity and utter total terror every single night. Maybe we should just go stay in a hotel room until they get here. But to live with this kind of thing is absolutely maddening. It will make you crazy. It will make you question your own judgment. It will make you question the fabric of reality itself.
Oh yeah, and it's like what Keith Linder went and got. He security cammed up when this stuff started happening because he wanted to. I'm not crazy, right? This is really happening. It puts people to that brink, or they just get out. They just leave. Some people become fascinated, and some people leave. My first apartment with my wife was haunted, and we left. And we're paranormal investigators. We left. So
you even moved. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and Keith didn't get a chance to say it on last Thursday night's program, but when I did my initial interview with him quite a while ago, maybe just over a year ago, he did tell me about guests coming over.
Yeah.
They tried to just carry on with their lives, and they'd have guests come over, have barbecues and whatnot, and they would see what happened in their house. So it wasn't just Keith and his girlfriend. I mean, it was happening anytime anybody came over. So to live with that, I don't blame the people for leaving, but man, Jason, I wish you could have got out there.
I know, me too. Yeah, and, I had friends that investigated Keith Linder's house. We've had him on as a guest twice, so I got to, when it was all going on, like when Chris Fleck was out there and that, I got to hear some of the audio. She had me listen to some of his audio, and I mean, it's just what people don't realize is happening to some people that are living with this. Nobody would believe how crazy it can get.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first thing that happened to Keith Linder is just crazy. A plant lifts up and levitates off of its plant holder, spins around, and then just drops to the floor.
Right.
That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. How do you tell anybody about that, let alone everything that happened on and on? And this young lady, you can hear those noises.
You can hear she's scared.
That I heard. First, yes, you can tell that she is truly frightened. Also, those noises, it sounds like something very heavy is being dropped or pushed off a shelf, or I don't know.
Yeah, or a plate inside's being moved or something. Maybe,
yes,
I don't know.
So whatever is in her house has the ability to move around a lot of weight.
Yeah, and that's scary. That's scary. If it moves that, it's going to move you. It's going to turn your oven on, the fire deal. I mean, what can it do? That's what's scary, is the unknown of it. Well, that's it for the best ghost evidence of the World Wide Web Weird. I hope you enjoyed as an audience, and Heather, I think you enjoyed. But that's why I do this show. I love this stuff. I'm a paranormal evidence junkie.
Yeah, me too. And the cool thing is you didn't front load me on any of this. You didn't tell me any of the stories that you were going to bring tonight. So I got to see all this just fresh here on the air. That little girl in the cemetery, though, boy, you got me with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's that skin coloration gets me. All right. Well, tonight, guys, this is instrumental transcommunication is what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be getting that, open up the phone lines. But I know we got new people watching probably or listening. I want you guys to get a kind of idea what we do. We're going to play 2 clips from the show. And these were from, one I think is over 2 years old, but it's worth playing. What I want you guys to understand is what you should be looking for when you call in. Calls are anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes long. We try to keep them to 5 minutes. So it's musical chairs with spirit boxes. And so don't expect, to get the best communication, but we've got some incredible things. And the first one I want to play, Jeff, is the Mist calls in. And the story behind this is Miss calls into the show. She does exactly what I said. She focused on what she wanted, who she wanted to talk to, which is her grandmother. And she wanted to know a family secret that had been going on in their family. This was when Steve Huff was on, and he's running his Wonderbox Gold, which died horribly from a hammer when he just tried to destroy it. But that's another story for another time. But it wasn't long after the show. But she calls for her grandmother to tell her the secret is Chuck Norris, her grandfather. That's been the family secret. And we get some answers. Now, we didn't hear this on real time. This was all caught on playback. That's how it usually goes. The next clip was caught in real time. But let's go ahead and play this first one. Go ahead, Jeff. Who do we got on the phone line?
This is Mist.
Who is it?
Mist.
Mist? All right. Well, thank you for calling in tonight, Mist. Did you have somebody you want to try to contact? You got Steve Huff right now with the Wonderbox Gold.
Yes, my grandmother.
Okay. I want you to try to call out to your grandmother. Don't say her name, but try to get her to say her name for validation.
Okay. Grandma, you haven't ever met. Okay. Grandma, you haven't ever met. Grandma, you haven't ever met. You went to. You haven't ever met. You went to the secret, and I need to know the answer to that secret about who my grandfather is. Can you please tell me your name so I know you're there?
Was Mist?
Yes.
Mist is here live. She's looking to connect with her grandmother. Can someone get her for us? And can she come through? Who wants to help me out here?
One more what?
Yeah, it's so hard to hear live.
More what?
Yeah, it's so hard to hear live.
All right, for validation, what's your grandmother's name?
It is Phyllis.
Phyllis. Okay. Now you had you had a validation question kind of mixed in there. What was it that you were trying to get her to tell you something about your grandfather?
Yeah, it's rumored that Chuck Norris ate that. I want to make sure, I guess, and I want proof, and I can't reach him.
That would be awesome. Right now, my phone lines are blowing up. They're like literally blowing up my phone right now. All right, so check back. All right, you can go ahead and stop it, Jeff. If we got anything missed, thank you so much for calling. So for people listening, you can't see the tags, and that might make it cooler if you heard it. And it was clipping. The video was clipping, sadly, a little bit there. But she said her grandmother's name was Phyllis. The very beginning of the clip, when she asked, "Who's is my grandma? Can you say your name?" It says Phyllis. I don't know if you can play that part. Not hearing it. Oh, you're muted, Jeff. I want you to try to call out to your grandmother. Don't say her name, but try to get her to say her name for validation.
Okay. Grandma, you haven't ever met. Okay. Grandma, you haven't ever met. Grandma, you haven't ever met.
Okay, and then later on, I don't know if the listening audience heard it or not, it says Chuck is related to you, which is directly what her question was. We didn't even know what she was calling in or what she was asking about, except that there was a secret in her grandmother's family. If he gets to that part, it's hard for him to line it up sometimes.
Oh, he's president.
Yeah.
Can someone get her for us? And
that's the Chuck has protected you part.
Can she
earlier is the Chuck is related to you.
Who wants to help me out here?
All right, go ahead, Jeff. The really interesting thing is later on she shared this video again of this to one of her cousins because they found out through a DNA test they did that it is the truth. They are related to Chuck Norris. And so it also says missed with, I think Bill tagged us as missed with an A, where she said when she saw it, she said missed with an E because she's really known as Misty to her family.
One more what?
Yeah, it's so hard to hear live.
So this is, go ahead and stop, Jeff. This is what I want you guys to focus in, is these kind of validation questions. Don't give it away right away. See if the spirits know it and answer it and validate something for you. This was why this was one of my favorite calls, because she got the validation she was looking for. Of course, we didn't hear it real time. It was after, when we go back and edit through and we post it a week or so later. When we get the results. But it doesn't always happen that way. We've also gotten disembodied voices on this show. And Rhodey and Katrina are here. This was way back, I think January of 2017, maybe. Rhodey called in. Katrina was a guest, and we were doing ITC, and Steve was on for that one. And we get a voice that comes through, and Steve Huff thought this was incredible. He's playing his Wonderbox again, but with his Wonderbox, he has a reverb on it. So you hear the reverb coming through the box, just kind of like you did on this video. The voice that comes through has no reverb on it. None at all. And that would be impossible because his whole voice, everything's running through a reverb pedal. And this voice directly, Rhodey's trying to get her friend to come through and say their nicknames, Peanut Butter and Jelly. She called on an earlier show months before and got some responses from her friends. So she was trying again to get the Peanut Butter and Jelly, and we get it more than once. Go ahead and play the video. This is episode 74, New Year's Day.
She also said connected. It's connected. And, I have jelly, and she had peanut butter tattooed. So I just thought that was awesome. And so that means the spirit, my friend was listening to the show that night, and I just had to tell you that. And I thought if we had time and I would just try to reach her again if.
Come on through. We're getting near the end of the show.
Yes.
This would be great if you can come on through and give her a confirmation.
Jelly.
Jelly. Butter.
Did it say jelly?
I thought I heard jelly.
Yeah. It said something.
I thought I heard jelly. It said JJ, Lori? That's my dog's name.
Was somebody else talking, or did I hear it?
Who said that?
I heard jelly.
I thought one of you guys said it.
Yeah, I thought Krista said it.
Yeah. Butter and jelly.
No, she's me. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jelly, that's me. I'm Jelly.
I've been muted the whole time.
Yeah, she was muted. I was wondering.
That was so clear.
Again.
That was crazy. I heard it too, but I thought it was one of you guys.
That wasn't Katrina saying that, was it?
I swear it wasn't saying anything.
I heard it say peanut butter and jelly. It's clear.
It's a jelly.
Now, when I'm watching Google Hangouts, I can see everybody in my panel, and I can see who's muted, and I can see when somebody talks, a little green bar comes up. When that was the first time, I didn't catch it, but when it came through again, we were all being, I could see whose green bars were going up. When it came through, when it said no green bars were going up, and it had no echo or reverb on it, which was what Steve had on his box. So it was directly into the show audio.
We were all freaking out.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
I still trip out every time I hear it.
So that's what we're shooting for tonight, guys. That is ITC, Instrumental Transcommunication, and we want to get to it. So we're going to go to our commercial break. The phone lines are open. You can call in at 219-230-4444. Call in at Skype ID OOJBland00. You can call in at JBland Paranormal Soup is another Skype ID. There's a special Facebook group out there. I told you guys you can call me on Facebook if you're a Facebook friend. Just call in now. The lines are open. You just got to wait until we call on you. These guys are going to start getting their spirit boxes ready. They'll be ready for after the commercial break. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and roll into that. We will be back. Remember, guys, this is a Spook-A-Thon. We need your help to donate, subscribe for Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network. Without you, we wouldn't have this great show. My show, yes, it is great. Heather's great show. So many great shows. So many great hosts. We can't do it without without your help. Please go to Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network.com. Donate, subscribe. Our chat room is free and open right now, but it won't be forever. It will close back down. To be in that chat room, you got to be a subscriber. When I think November here coming up, they're going to close it back down. But you can join it now at Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network or join us on Facebook. All right, guys, be back after this commercial break.
Heat 'em up. Do, re. Be gone.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup, this is the L&M Spook-A-Thon Halloween show, and we're doing live ITC for the rest of the show. So what that means is instrumental trance communication. We're going to be running spirit boxes, and you can call in and see if the spirits will talk to you. Think about who you want to come through. Maybe not say their name, see if they can get them to say their name, so for validation. And think of good validation questions, like those calls I gave as an example. Again, the phone lines are 219-230-4444. You can call in on Skype IDs, OOJBland00. You also can call in on JBland, Paranormal Soup is another Skype ID. And then there's the video Skype call-in line, Soup Live Chat, 800 Live Chat. Now, that one can have issues if you see us waving at you, but you don't hear us, or we don't hear you. Try calling back on another line. Hopefully it works tonight, because it is great to see people, and Heather would see you. So you can give it a shot. Hopefully it works. But call in and see if the spirits will talk to you. So let's get back to the show. All right, so I got my computer running, but I didn't know if one of you guys had your stuff ready to go, Bill or Rob, because we got a caller on the line already.
You guys hear me right now?
I hear you.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Need you.
You're going to go first, Rob?
Sure, if you want to.
Okay, let me bring the caller on. We got Terry with us. How you doing tonight, Terry?
Couldn't be better, Jason. Looking forward to this.
I am too. Terry is a former guest of the show. We were on with Heather Wade. Terry, I don't know if people can remember who you are. That's good for them. I don't know if I want to give it away yet. I don't know if everybody might be.
No, don't.
Okay.
Hi, Heather. Yeah.
Hey, Terry. It's so good to hear the sound of your voice on a night like this.
Yeah. Nice to hear yours, too.
Really, really cool. Well, I'll get out of the way here, and you guys conduct the business. I'm taking notes.
All right. And we will have this back up. We'll have videos and edits of it. It takes us a week or two to get through it, and we'll have it up. And I'll make sure you get it, Terry, too, if we get anything.
Oh, that's great.
All right. Go ahead, Rob, and fire it up.
You guys hear that?
Yeah, maybe turn it up a little bit. There you go.
Been meditating on this all day.
That's what I told. Yeah, that's what I was saying before the show. If you can meditate on it, it might help. Go ahead and talk to him, Terry. Terry, you there?
You remember? Oh. Yeah, I'm here. You're fading in and out.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yep, go for it.
Do you remember the camping trip? Do you remember our camping trip?
Do you remember the camping trip that you and Terry went on?
How are you? I've missed you. I'm here.
What? You have something to tell Terry?
What's the name of the spirit Terry's trying to reach? Now that's one we might not tag if we get it ever, just so people know. Keep talking to him, Terry.
Yeah. That right there.
We're listening. What do you have to tell Terry?
Can you think of a good validation question, Terry?
Yeah. Do you remember the camping trip and where we went? You remember where we went?
Ooh.
We came back early. Remember?
I thought I heard part of it.
It's like he's trying to come through, and there's other voices there. There's like one of those
Validation questions.
Yeah.
Something I should ask to him.
Yeah, you did kind of, and I thought I heard an answer in there. We'll have to see on playback with the location.
A while back, I might have even heard them when you first asked if you remembered say remember, but I'm not sure.
I heard that too. No, I know what you're talking
Did
about.
we hear the location? Devil's Den?
I heard devil right after the question.
Oh, that's good.
So you did hear it, Heather?
I sure did. And I've never heard this gentleman speak before, but Terry, I could just swear that every now and then there's a deep voice coming in, and I feel it in my gut that that's him.
He had a deep voice.
He had a deep voice, didn't he? I don't even know why I know that, Terry.
That is freaky.
Yes, he did.
Do any of them sound familiar to you? Does that deep voice sound familiar to you, Terry?
I can't say.
Okay. That's okay. No, be
it
honest.
doesn't
If
sound
it's not-
familiar.
Okay.
I probably need to listen to it a little more.
That's why we re-review. I'll make sure you get a video clip of it all.
Can you tell Terry where you went camping at? Yes. Okay. Please do.
I heard something there. I want to look on review. I heard they took me.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And it sounded like
No,
a very panicked voice, kind of. Or
Yeah, all I caught was took, but I did hear that. You guys got a better ear than me.
lots of hours of listening to our EVPs.
I think I heard took again.
Yeah, I heard it again.
Where did they take you? You hear that weird, like, chirping? That's not me. That's not my crickets.
Did he say ship?
Did you say something about a ship?
I keep getting drowning.
Again, where did the spirits, where did they take Terry and his friend?
That was weird.
Yeah, it was.
What was that?
We're listening.
Yeah, I heard that. It said, listen. Tom?
Can you tell us where he was taken? Take.
Back.
Taken where?
Back.
Yeah, I heard it again. Yep. We need more back where?
Wood. Help us and help.
We get a lot of those. Spirits, do you have any messages for Terry? Heard stop.
Terry?
Yeah, I'm here.
Watch? Is that what that just was? Watch?
I'm not sure.
That's relative.
I'll send.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought I was hearing.
Boots.
I always think they respond better if the caller talks to them, so let's talk a little bit more, Terry.
Do you remember the drive down? Do you remember? Remember the hike? Remember setting up camp?
I probably just said something about the light.
Did you see the light? You remember the lights? Where'd they take us? Talk to me, my friend.
Space? I thought I heard that.
The electronic voice almost sounded like camp.
Back to the camp.
Do you remember watching the sky?
There.
I heard yes before that. No.
I heard yes.
Yeah, Willis. Something. That's what it sounded like it said.
With.
It sounded like a voice, a deep voice. I would say with or Willis. I don't know.
I heard with, because Terry said, well.
With us.
All right. Any last messages for Terry?
Up.
What's up?
Up.
There's something there. I gotta have to hear that on playback.
I thought I heard hi Terry and maybe the word light, but I don't know because a lot
I
was
heard the
going
hi
on.
Terry.
They keep saying up.
Up again.
Up. Up. That's relevant.
Yeah, it is.
What?
All right. Well, thank you, Terry, for calling in.
I think I heard Terry's name again.
You gonna say it, Terry?
I heard
Terry?
name.
Are you gonna come through now? It's when I threatened to like drop, move on. We have to move on to the next calls when they try to come through. You got anything to say to Terry?
Any last messages for Terry?
Oh, please give him
I feel like they're hesitant to ask something.
It's kind of why I threatened to do it, because it'll do something.
Pictures?
heard "love you."
Okay, I thought I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It's hard to tag because you're waiting for more to come through. It's like, what?
Love you too, man.
Well, thank you, Terry, for calling in, bud. I'll make sure I get you the video. I might give you an edit of the video before I tag anything and let you listen to it and tell me if you pick anything out.
Yeah.
Because you might hear stuff I would not recognize or understand, so that happens. And that goes for anybody watching now. If you call in, please go back and listen and message me if you think you hear something. If you go, list your own videos, because I'll be editing it this week. Let me know. All right, Terry, man, thank you. You have a great night.
Thank you.
Now, I can't wait to listen to that session back. There's a couple things in there I thought I heard, but I'm like I said, I want to tag, but I want to wait and see if anything else comes through. It's hard to decide when I'm going to speak up and tag it or not.
Wow, I've never done this live on the air before, Jason. That
that's
really
right.
is something else.
This is your first role at ITC. We've talked about this. Me and Heather, we chat on Facebook, and I've mentioned doing this a few times. She's always like, "Yeah, this sounds really interesting. I'd love to try this." So here we are.
Well, here's something weird, right? I mean, everybody knows who I want a message from tonight, and I know people will probably laugh at this, but I have my Ghost Radar on here, and Art knew that I played around with Ghost Radar, so I turn it on as soon as we start our ITC here, and what is the word that I get? Arrive.
Arrive.
Down. With Ghost Radar, it doesn't store the words that come through, so you actually I have to write them down. So I got arrive, and then examine, and then 50 right in a row.
Oh,
and when
wow.
Just now, it said author.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I know that people can shake a stick at Ghost Radar, but
I've shook some sticks at it, Heather. I won't deny. But
I know, but the only reason that I use it so much is because Art knew that I used and played around with Ghost Radar. So,
Plus, it's still audio that can be manipulated.
Exactly. So I'll try, and it's been kind of slow going, but I just thought if anything interesting comes on here, I'll let you guys know. I just really thought it was interesting that it said author while Terry was on.
Yeah, or if it said 51, I'd been like, oh. But a couple of the
I was waiting for it. As soon as it said 50, I'm listening to all that's going on, and I'm going, is it going to say 50?
But the examine part, we're talking to an alien abductee. You guys can do the figuring out who it was. But we were talking to an alien abductee, one with a very serious case. He's got the proof, in my opinion, and a story that totally, well, we already gave it away. He already said the author is Terry Lovelace. He said Devil's Den is the book he wrote. And that book, I'm still dealing with stuff that's made me think about my own experiences. It's such a good book.
Yeah, it is. He's got one of the best stories as far as if a person is skeptical about the abduction phenomenon, just read Terry's book. That's all you'll have to do. But I thought this was really odd. As soon as you started, and you hadn't even said anything yet, you were just saying, okay, this is what we're going to do tonight. And I turned it on, and it says arrive. And I'm going, okay, well, great. I'm glad you're here.
Right.
And then examine 50 author. I don't know. But as we go on, if there's anything interesting with Ghost Radar, sometimes you'll get words that just don't seem to.
I'm interested to know after that.
Yeah, well, and then I'll pick up my dowsing rods and I'll say, well, is that you trying to say a word and the wrong word comes out? And he says, yes, and it's very frustrating. So, but if anything relevant comes, I can come out with that. Do you have more calls coming in?
Yeah, we got.
I would think this is very popular.
It is, and we do got somebody waiting on hold here. And guys, you can call in at 219-230-4444. You can call in at Skype ID J Bland. That's the letter J, BLAND, Paranormal Soup. Or you can call in at OOJBLANDOO. That's the other Skype ID. And there's also the Soup Chat Live, or Soup Chat I always get this one wrong. That's the video Skype. I don't trust it so much. Sorry, Jeff. It has its issues. But definitely the OO Bland or the J Bland Paranormal Soup work. They're audio only. You can call on those. Or just telephone, 219-230-4444. But we do have a caller on the line. We have Zach on the line. How you doing tonight, Zach?
I'm doing pretty good, brother. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Who are we going to be trying to reach out to tonight? Or do you not want to say?
I do have somebody in mind, but I will not say their name.
Okay, you go ahead and call out to them.
In my questions I have, I'll go ahead and I'll give some hints as to who it is. All right.
Who we want? Bill, are you ready to run on your end? Spirit Box musical chairs. You wonder if the spirits are like, okay, now I got to change locations. We do this because, we run it on one guy's end, and sometimes it just goes old. We try it on a new end, and it gets better. Sometimes it's good to stay with one. If we, if Bill's got it happening, we might stick with Bill tonight, or we go back to Rob. But we kind of like jump around and see who's getting what. I worry about my computer's been crappy lately, and I also worry my wife wards my house, so sometimes I don't think I get anything because of that.
Okay. Try out the Geo box there.
So we got the Geo box. Go ahead and call out to him, Zach.
All right. Have any of you heard of Sally Fields?
Oh, I know who you're trying to talk to. I think he came through last night on Bill's live stream. He was trying to get to come through. Any spirit out there that wants to come through that knew Sally Fields?
Is there anyone who knew Sally Fields? You know who Zach is asking about? Maybe you could say your name? Can you hear that?
What's the name of the main character in All Dogs Go to Heaven?
I won't know this one.
What is the name of the main character in All Dogs Go to Heaven? I don't know what that is. So.
Me neither.
I don't know what name I'm listening for so with that one.
Put it on playback. You'll have to tell us what the name. What's the name? You there, Zach?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. The name that you're looking for is... Oh, the name is Charlie.
Charlie, okay. We'll have to listen for that on playback. Can the actor that Zach's trying to get to come through, can he say his name? Oh, maybe. What iconic car did he drive in a certain movie that would basically known for his career?
Sally?
Yeah, I just heard it say Sally.
Yeah, I heard that too.
She wasn't a car, but Sally, yeah, Sally Fields.
It's a late reaction, maybe. I'm here. You're here now? Can you tell us your name? Did she sing?
Got anything else for him, Zach?
Just one more question. What was the name of the movie that this actor starred in with John Voight and Ned Beatty?
You talk about one where he's like, squeal like a pig.
Yep, that one.
You know it.
Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, 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 bam.
Movie that Zach is asking about.
I don't know if I'm hearing it or it's pareidolia. Or...
Is that my name?
Did you hear your name?
I heard my name.
I thought I heard Heather. Did you hear Heather or did you hear Wade?
I heard Heather.
Okay, that's what I heard.
I heard Wade.
You heard Wade? See, I wasn't sure if I heard Wade or not, but I thought I heard
Wade.
Heather.
Interesting.
All right, Zach. I'm going to let you go because I got other people trying to call in.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for allowing me to call in. You all have a happy Halloween, all right?
You too, bud. It was Burt Reynolds, people. That's who we were looking for in that one was Burt Reynolds. And last night on Bill's stream, you go to check out Bill Perry P. Paranormal on YouTube. He was live streaming, and he got Burt Reynolds coming through. That's what I thought. Maybe not. I don't know. But they had a Burt coming through.
Cool call. And what a lot of weird activity. There was so much activity going on there.
Definitely heard the name Sally at one point.
Sally, yeah. But I thought I heard Heather.
Sally? I thought I heard something like, did she see me? Or did she hear me? Or something like that. And it sounded deep like...
Burt.
Like Burt? That was... You guys are blowing me away. This is cool.
This is what we do, man. This is what I love. This is what I look forward to for every Halloween is getting to do this. We do this show once every couple months. We do an ITC show, but the Halloween one's my favorite. All right, we got another person on the line. Who do we get on the line? Hello?
Christopher Fisher.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Say that again?
Christopher Fisher from Allentown, PA.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right.
So you
I'm
wanna?
looking forward to this.
All right. So you got somebody in mind you're going to try to get to come through?
Not in particular, but I'm going to reach out to my family.
Okay. All right. All right. Bill, why don't you keep running on your end, see what we get with the Geo box.
Okay, let me send that back.
Don't people usually have fairly good results when they're trying to contact family?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, better than celebrity results. Zach always calls in for celebrity. We've got some. I got some Adam West. When he called for Adam West, we had some interesting stuff. All right, caller. I want you to call out to whoever in your family.
I am wanting anybody in my family to contact me, especially a person named, I'm thinking the name Grace would be a good start.
Can Grace come through?
I'm sorry, Jason. What was the caller's name?
Sir, what was your name again?
Christopher.
Christopher.
Christopher is asking if Grace could come through. Maybe you could say your name or his name. Giving him any messages about his family?
Mother?
Mother.
Yeah.
Christopher is asking about Grace. Can you come through and maybe say your name? So he knows it's you?
I recognize the singing.
Really?
Do you? Because I hear, I hear this female. Sounds like a young.
It's familiar. Oh my God.
We'll have it on playback. I mean, it'll as soon as the episode's done, go to it, Christopher, and listen to it. And let me know. Message me if you find anything in there.
Oh, that'd be great. I'll let you know.
Again, spirits, you have any messages for Christopher? I heard mother. Is his mother there? Has your mother passed on?
She's still alive, but Grace, I think, is from a past life as well.
Oh. That'd be interesting. Something come through from a past life.
Well, they're clearly
She's
trying.
a cousin of mine. True Love is what you're singing?
It is.
Yeah.
Princess? Here.
I thought I heard music.
Hearing music through this whole thing.
I remember it was in a dream. Wow, I visited your tomb in a dream.
Spirits have any last messages to give Christopher or anything you can use for validation?
Did that say his name?
That's what I was going to say. Might have said Christopher.
And then it said, you know.
You know. See, Heather, you got an ear for this.
This is definitely her.
See me. Did you just hear that female voice say, see me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sure did, plain as day.
She's talking to you, Christopher. I didn't want to say this because there was a lot of activity going on at the time, but Christopher, you said, I had a dream about being at your tomb. I was at your tomb in a dream, and immediately I heard it. I was there. Did you hear that in there?
Mm-hmm. I was at her church. That's where her tomb is.
I could swear I just heard it say Kelly. And I just see in chat it says, this is Grace Kelly.
Yeah, she's like a fourth or fifth removed with me.
Oh, wow.
I think the name Kelly.
Grace Kelly, that's her name.
Seeing that in chat.
It's another celebrity.
Just said, listen.
Yeah.
You said you have actually seen her before? Besides, you saw her in a dream?
Yes. She showed me how she died, too.
I have this feeling, Christopher, that she's trying to show herself to you more often than you think.
I've actually seen her, like when she was singing to me, when she played it to me through piano.
That's what I heard the music. It sounded like two notes of like piano. When I said I heard music, like two notes of like piano music I heard come through. So right there too. You hear that?
Oh,
that sounds like a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
That's the only major song she ever wrote in her life. Wow. This is so specific. It's no one born in this generation would know what this song is.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
I
I
don't.
don't know anything about you, Christopher.
True Love is in the movie High Society. Was made in the 50s.
I'm gonna have to find that song and then I'm gonna compare it to the audio we got. Well, thank you, Christopher, for calling in.
Thank you, sir, for letting me have me.
You have a great night, buddy, and I'll let me know if you hear anything when you go to listen back.
Thank you, and have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling in. Jason, I'm a little blind here. I'm not sure really on the etiquette on this thing. And so when I hear something, I call it out.
No, you should.
But at the same time, I don't what if I call out what I just heard and then it says something at the same time and we miss something?
I know, it's a hard decision to make. I know. You see me sit here going, like, it's hard. I'm doing this, 3 years now, and I still haven't found the right spot sometimes.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I want to write it down because I don't want to talk over something that might be very interesting that we may never capture again, right? So I'm just going to write it down, and then when you start talking, Jason, then I'll make a comment.
Okay. All right. It's hard for me, man. It's hard for me to decide who we got. All right, we got somebody on the video. Do we still have somebody on the video Skype line, Jeff? He had somebody on the video one. I have him holding. I got other people waiting on the other line. If you're calling in and we're missing you, just give it a few minutes. Try calling back in. We're gonna we'll take your call. We'll get to you. I don't have the great soundboard or call-in system that other hosts do, but I do my best. We got Lulla Lulla, host of Angel Rock on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network. Hopefully we can hear her. You hear us, Lulla Lulla? No, we don't hear her, Jeff.
We are not making contact.
Nope.
We don't hear her.
The next, while we're trying to figure this out, hey, Katrina, because one of the reasons I love doing these shows with Katrina Cooper is she always brings the psychic energy, I swear, and we get some crazy stuff when she's on the show. Katrina, are you ready to run your, you have a Wonder Box as well. You want... All right, have Laura Lee call back on one of the Skype lines or the phone lines, because we're not hearing her, Jeff.
She's ready at this end.
Okay. Yeah, because we're not here. Well, you're muted, Jeff. You're muted. Unmute
Laura
yourself.
Lee, but I can see her. She's like, call me.
Yeah, I will try to squeeze you in, Laura Lee, in between calls. I got people calling in right now, and it keeps knocking them out because I got somebody else on hold. Don't forget, there's another Skype line, guys. You can call in at J Bland Paranormal Soup. That Skype line is open. Laura Lee, if you want to try to call the J Bland Paranormal Soup Skype line, I'll take you on that. That one's open right now. Okay, so Katrina, Rhodey, I don't know who's who because you're both
We'll go back to our
dressed as each other.
Yeah.
So for people watching, yeah, Rhodey is the one on the right being Katrina tonight, playing Katrina. And Katrina's the one on the left playing Rhodey tonight. She's even got the cowboy hat.
We're not ourselves today. We'll have our
That's great.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and run it. We got a number of people calling in. I got somebody on hold right here. Who do I got on hold? I've lost track.
Is that me?
Yep. Oh, that's you. Ricky?
Hello.
Hey, Ricky. How you doing, bud?
Oh, pretty good.
Well, thank you for
I'm
calling
used to
in.
being behind the scenes, not talking, so.
And right now, guys, don't forget the J Bland Paranormal Soup line is open. The phone line's full. The J Bland is full at the moment. So you can call the J Bland Paranormal Soup. That Skype line is open. All right, Ricky. You go ahead and call out Katrina and Rhodey. You're going to be running their portal and see whoever you're trying to get a hold of.
Hi, Katrina. Hi, Rhodey.
Hey.
Well, I think you know who I'm trying to get a hold of, Jason.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this.
Just call out to her.
Sorry, thought I was better prepared for this.
And yeah, I know, bud.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Can any spirits come through for Ricky? I know who he's looking for.
Anybody there for Ricky?
Yeah, maybe turn it up.
I just turned it on to reverse.
Okay. Turn it up too. There we go.
I mean, there is something I would like to know if she comes through or not.
Go ahead and talk to him.
What I'd really like to know is if I've disappointed her in any way since she's passed, and how I've continued to, or how I've went on raising our daughter, if she's disappointed in me or not.
Don't ever see how she could be, Ricky.
No, she's not disappointed at all. She said that you build things with your own hands.
Yeah, I do.
She just said that I don't know. It's like you're thinking of something special for this little girl for Christmas, and you're going to be building it.
No, nothing that I can think of. No.
I can't wait till we see what it is. How old is she?
She's 9.
Well, Barbies are really in. I just see you putting together something that she's showing me that you're going to have for them, and she's going to be there with you. So I love when they give you something that's going to happen. Just keep that in mind.
Or maybe turn that spirit box up because I'm barely hearing it.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of things went on in my life since she passed away, and I'm just hoping I'm making the right decisions and not disappointing her in the decisions I'm making.
Ricky wants to know if you're approve of how he's raising your daughter. Are you proud of him?
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Very quiet.
Are you guys using a SP7 or something?
Yes.
All right. Since it's being quiet, guys, I'm going to switch over. We'll go over to Rob. Are you set, Rob? We'll see. Sometimes that happens.
Picking up on something strange over here, if I can just ask a question to the entire panel. When we begin doing this with the spirit boxes and we're attempting to make communication like this, is it normal to start to feel the spirits? I'm starting to feel something coming from for this young man on the line here. There's no words coming through, but I am getting. Tell me if I'm crazy. Are you guys? I'm not a medium.
100%.
I'm feeling this love for him coming in. Is that crazy?
No, I know Ricky. I know Ricky very well. So.
Okay, because I heard him saying, "Have I made the right decisions in life?" And immediately I was just washed over with this emotion of tender, caring love, like the love of a sister to a brother. Is anybody else picking up on that?
Well, just him worried about doing the right thing shows the heart that he has.
Yes. Oh, yes.
You know, that shows. It's just beautiful. And I do see her being aware, and I can't wait. I don't know if you know to get a hold of me, but I can't wait to see what happens at Christmas and something that you put together, because she showed me that you taught yourself these things. She told me you were a jack of all trades, so you won't have no problems of taking on any problems or obstacles with the good intent of this young girl.
Well, I know Ricky very well, so if he'll let you know if he does have any of that. You never know, your daughter might want something you to build. You're gonna find out about.
It's probably something Star Wars.
Yep, that's what I was exactly thinking. That's why I love your daughter. It's my kind of little girl.
Did you teach yourself to do things because you had to?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's what I see. That's the kind of person that she's showing. So it's and I don't know why, but she's showing me like butterflies or dragonflies, and it looks like they're in the window or casting light. So I don't know if she draws pictures or something and puts it into the window. Just looks like color.
She did the shrinky dinks of dragonflies and butterflies.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they were hanging on strings in the window at our last house.
Oh wow.
She's there. She loves you, and I hope that helps give you the cherry on the topping.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
he very much approves.
I'd like to give Rob a chance here, Ricky, for a minute or so. At least run it, see if we get anything on his end.
The other, I apologize.
No, it happens. All right, you ready, Rob?
Yep.
Can the spirits have any messages for Ricky?
Love you, and I hope that.
Spirits have any messages for Ricky?
Was there a hum just a second ago?
Yep.
Television. Because I heard a hum that sounded just like her voice.
Really?
I
It
heard
was
her
like the
say
first
you
thing
have
that came
vision.
across.
What you hear, Heather?
She said, "You have vision."
What's your message for Ricky?
Nice board you I have. It's just
Something about heaven in there? Like the only heaven?
I thought I heard Portal to Hell.
Oh, that's two different takes on that. Whoa.
I heard either in my hand or into heaven. Something into heaven, pouring into my hand. But now that I heard you say heaven, it sounds more like heaven.
it's your fear. Face
It's your fear, face it.
Yep.
Pentacles, pentacles. Challenge.
Challenge.
Spot.
Say Spock.
Sensation.
Seen your costume.
Surprise.
Something about
I thought I maybe heard she's coming to him a little while ago too. I have to listen back.
Strengths. I just.
All right. Any last messages for Ricky?
Is it I really love.
I really
I really
you.
Yeah.
I really love you. That's what she was trying to say.
That's what I thought
and that
I
was
heard.
clear as I've ever heard in
Yeah.
my life. It also earlier, just a few seconds earlier, sounded like she was trying to say something like you're going to meet challenges, you're going
I
to
heard that. Yeah.
limitations. It was like she was trying to get that sentence out, but the audio was kind of cutting here and there on it. I mean, I've
I
heard
heard
enough
that.
people on my phone, live people on my phone, and their audio cuts out in a sentence like that. You can still sometimes make out the sentence.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought I heard too, though. So
Well, it makes sense because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing lately is stuff that she used to do, and I had absolutely no idea on how to do this stuff, and so
Well,
there's been a lot of challenges that I've had to meet.
She said, "You have vision." That was one of the first things that she said. I think I did. Again, anybody here on the panel tonight, stop me or correct me if I'm wrong on this. I think she's trying to say, talk to her. Ask her for advice. Ask her questions. She can help you. And I think she's seeing ahead and knows that you're going to meet your challenges. She knows how worried you are about the future. And my God, this girl loves you so much.
Well, she was the psychic one.
yeah.
Wow, she's strong. She's really, really strong. And the ladies on the panel are the experts on that. I'm just, this is just I'm just raw picking up. I have no talent for this, but that's what I was getting out of all of that.
No, it's dead on. Ricky's a close friend of mine, so I knew when you were calling in, but I knew what you're going to be calling in for, and I know that it was hard, but thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I had to send my daughter to her room so she didn't hear this. So
Yeah, I know. Well, thank you, Ricky, man, and I will let you know. Hey, you listen to it too, though. Let me know. You're an investigator, so let me know if you hear anything.
I will.
That's relevant to you. All right, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody.
Have a good night, Ricky.
So welcome. I hope this is helpful.
No, it is, and that's why I do a panel. I just sat up here by myself and listened to it. I would not be any entertainment, and I wouldn't be able to help the person call it in because I only hear some of it. It's like having all the different ears to listen, and what you're feeling, what you're getting from it.
Yeah, I love the way you've got this set up. So you've got plenty of different ears, and you've also got, what do we have here? 3 different devices that we can try on. So maybe some spirits will come through one device and not another, and vice versa, and everything.
Exactly.
I really like how you've got this all set up.
Yep, it's kind of how we all came together, the Paranormal Soup team, because we were all interested in the ITC, and we started hanging out on Google Hangouts and doing live streams. That's how we kind of got started doing it.
Well, that's how. Oh, wonderful. Well, great way to give birth to a really cool show. I'm having a ball doing this.
That's why I was like, I got to find a way to get you on one of these because I knew you would love it. I knew you would love this kind of interaction too, especially because you love call-ins to the show.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. So it's like open lines with the spirits and the spirit boxes.
Exactly.
I can't get over just how powerful every single one of these has been. Every single call here, and especially this last one with that young lady. My God, you can't mistake that at all, Jason.
No, and I cannot wait to listen back to some of these calls. But speaking of that, we're going to go to our last commercial break.
Yeah.
Guys, you can call in. The phone lines are open, 219-230-4444. You can call in at Skype ID 00JBland00. You can call in at JBland Paranormal Soup. Those are the Skype IDs. The Soup Live Chat, 800 Live Chat. We try to get Laura Lee on there. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Laura Lee because I had that Skype line full, but I might be able to get a hold of her and bring her on because Angel Rock, Laura Lee, the host there, she always has some weirdness when she calls in. She's fried too in my mixing board, so it's tempting fate to call her, but I will call her. All right, when we be back, we'll call into the show, see if the spirits will talk to you. We'll be back in a few minutes.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time. like tears in rain. Time to die.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup, we're doing live spirit box sessions with Katrina Cooper, psychic medium, Rhodey Speak, paranormal investigator, and all the way from the Kingdom of Nye, Heather Wade on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network. Please donate, subscribe, do what you can to help keep this network going. We have the phone lines packed tonight. For people trying to call in, I'm sorry if I had to hang up on you because I got somebody else on the line. We are taking the calls. I got 2 people on hold right now, but you can call in. Just wait after these calls at 219-230-4444. Skype ID OOJBland, OO, or JBland Paranormal Soup. Those are your Skype IDs. You can call in, and we'll take your call and see if the spirits will talk to you. So let's get back to the show. Okay, I got 2 people on hold. One person, you'll just hang in there for me. The other person waiting on hold, but we're going to try to get through this last half hour of the show. We got Laura Lee has been trying to get through for the last half hour. Let me get her on. You there with us, Laura Lee? Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Too many knobs. Are you there with us, Laura Lee?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, all right. So Laura Lee, don't fry my mixing board. This is Laura Lee.
I won't.
From Angel Rock on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network on our Spook-A-Thon. Calling in. How you doing?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Great. Glad to have you call in.
Well,
all right.
I couldn't miss it. This is every Halloween show, Jason. I've called in. We had a great one last night, last year.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, we don't want to run out of time, so I want to get you some time on here because we got another person waiting on hold. My computer's being weird, so I don't know if I want to go to it. I might save it to the end. But let's see. Rob, are you still set up?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, go ahead and run it on your end for Laura Lee. All right, Laura Lee, you'll call out to him and see who you try to get to come through.
Okay. Hi, Rob. Thanks for doing this with me. What I'm going to do is somebody remote viewed my home yesterday on Augie News show, and I want to ask the spirits in my home who that was, if they can say the name.
Who was remote viewing your home?
Oh yeah, yep. They knew. I knew that. Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, it was one of Augie's, and I was like caller into Augie and Nori Love's show, Broadcast Team Alpha. It was their guest.
Okay, all right. Fire it up. Let's see if the spirits can tell us who was remote viewing Laura Lee's home.
If we just stay.
Can you tell us who was remote viewing Laura Lee's home?
I'm not trying to go in and it's gonna go.
They saw you. They know exactly where you are.
When you've
What?
I think no. Five.
The vessel?
Went like a gust of
To take us to?
Yeah, she's gonna take you somewhere. What's her name? Because she knows exactly where you guys are.
I would say.
Are you insane? That's what I heard.
I heard that too. Yeah, and I know she knows what she's talking about because she couldn't see me. And I knew she knew what she was talking about. She's seen all the way where they are. She saw the spot. She knows exactly where they are. What's her name?
Hear us.
And you like that with your sure that they met just in a run. So I'm just gonna.
Whoa.
Something about running?
Yeah, she's going to run you out of here. You know she is. Now you're being quiet.
Water change to the water to. The mirror? You want to see him? Not enough. My own. That's okay. Even.
One last time, spirits. Can you tell us who was remote viewing Laurel's home?
Burn it off. No. Giving me for tricky.
Something about feeling that burning and giving me friction.
I heard that.
Yeah, I can hear them saying, look, and a whole bunch of stuff. How about I say her name? Her name's Jennifer. Jennifer Fallow.
I thought I heard follow in there earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, she saw you.
So who was looking into Laurel's house?
Like, no, no, so. Hey.
Heard the word look, but we need to listen back there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where are you guys hiding down here? She knows where you are. She saw you. I know where you are, too.
Is that right? Australian? No, I'm just gonna.
You may hate me. I love you. I'm sending you tons of love.
All right, spirits. One last try. Any last messages for Laurel?
Listen.
I heard your husband's name, I thought.
Yeah, you heard Del?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got scratched about 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
He woke up with 3 scratches on his back.
So he's still getting attacked?
Not nearly so much. Pretty infrequent, but yeah, he woke up with 3 scratches on his back.
Oh. Well, thank you, Laurel, for calling in. I got somebody else waiting on hold. And I want to get to that.
Absolutely. I had to call in. Thanks so much, Jason.
It's tradition.
Happy Halloween to everybody. It is. It's tradition. I had to call. Thank God your mixing, your soundboards didn't blow.
Yeah. Don't jinx it. All right.
No, I'm not.
Have a happy Halloween.
Night. You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. We're running through the phone lines here. Who do we got on the other line now? You are on air.
Hey, it's Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, how you doing, man? We're going to make it quick because we're going to get other people calling in.
All right,
but
man.
go ahead and call out to who you're looking for to come through. And then we're going to probably switch to Bill here soon if you want to get ready, Bill.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Tyler.
Hey, Grandpa. I know you're here. Can we get this speaking? Oh, man, I was just going to say, the last caller, Jason, not this last one, but the one before, I felt all the energy come out of me when the last sentence,
yeah.
When that, Heather Wade said, did everybody feel that? And I totally felt it. So.
Oh, yeah.
See
it. It just said.
Good. It's good to get this kind of corroboration. That's why it's so important to take calls. And thank you so much for calling in, by the way.
Thank you.
You heard some of Tyler's music tonight. It was in one of the breaks.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I played it. I played the first one you gave me earlier this week.
Oh, thank you.
All right, spirits. What message do you have for Tyler?
Gonna have more. Yeah.
And I've been getting a lot of dreams with my grandfather in lately, and I feel their presence around me, and there's a reason why.
We lost Katrina and Rhodey. I'm hoping they come back here. Yeah,
They actually had to leave. They just
Oh.
messaged me.
Okay.
She has to get up early.
Can Tyler's grandmother come through?
Against great protect.
Am I gonna be okay?
Rise up.
I heard that.
Am I what I'm doing okay? A lot of adjustments.
Just said Tyler.
Yep.
I heard his name too.
So did I. And yep.
Was that his last name?
Schwab? Yeah. Sorry, we're giving away last name. Sorry, Tyler.
Yeah.
I could help it because I heard it too.
It's okay. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, I felt that, man. Oh, I was honing in on that. Sorry.
It's all right. Talk to him, Tyler. See if you get some more response from him.
Grandpa, can you tell me what animal you come as every time I'm thinking really down? I sit outside like 90% of my day.
I heard bird. I don't know if that's the animal. I don't know what the animal is.
Well, yeah, he does come in. I see birds too. Like,
I heard it right after you were
days.
asking the question. I heard bird. So.
Beautiful.
What? It's your favorite animal?
The water depth. Receptive. It's high.
Yeah.
Higher than the
Do I need to let go? Do I need to let
fox. It wasn't a fox, was it?
Well, that's one of my very first memories of a dream.
Is a fox?
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I heard fox come through. We'll have to listen on playback, but I'm pretty sure I heard that.
Message.
Yeah,
I thought it.
What is your message for Tyler?
I've heard beautiful twice.
I have played against great protect.
Protect.
The water just receptive. And drawn.
Something to go to sleep.
Sleep.
Try to sleep.
Maybe he protects you in your sleep.
Yeah. Tyler can't sleep. Yeah. I know that.
You try to sleep.
I thought I heard his name again.
I've been sleepwalking pretty bad, and yeah, my mom's getting freaked out because I'm so stressed. And
Any last messages for Tyler? Uh-oh.
Well, I really appreciate this. Thank you for confirming it.
Well, thank you for calling in, Tyler. What'd you hear?
That was so clear just then. It was a whisper, and she said, I want you.
Yeah, I heard
this.
So clear.
I want what?
I know somebody else heard it because I heard somebody else say that.
Yeah, I heard that.
I want you to listen?
Just
No.
I want you.
I
Yes,
want you.
there you are. I want you. It's
That's
just like
creepy.
that.
Who wants me?
Yes. Trying to say I do.
Silly.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to apologize.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I just heard some knocking behind me. Something's moving behind me. Like the panel.
Paranormal Soup's not responsible for any hauntings that occur after calling into the show.
That,
I
yes, you
know.
have to sign the waiver, but
I just pray to
heard that.
myself.
She's watching you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Tyler, for calling in, man.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys about that later.
Yeah.
All right.
Get some. Try after this. It's hard to say, but try to get some sleep, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man.
Have a good one, buddy.
All right, guys.
Wow, even the spirits are saying
Happy
bye-bye.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Tyler.
This is amazing. Pardon me, I've never done this before, and I just can't get over how specific the responses are to each caller.
And just wait till we get to do the playback when we get to review it, because there's stuff we're not hearing. It just goes by, and just your brain doesn't catch it.
We only hear a small percent.
Really? Wow. All right. Well, you're the guide. I'm just a passenger on this ride.
We're all learning.
We lost our mediums. What happened?
They had to get up early, so they weren't going to make it to the end. I forgot about that. So, yeah, they took off. That was Katrina Cooper, psychic medium and friend of the show, and paranormal investigator Rhodey Speak. And I'm hoping they go check out that place where Google Photo got that picture of that ghost. Now, because I forgot, they're in Texas. They should go check it out.
Oh, yes. Well, they seemed really sweet. And I remember them saying at the beginning of the show that they had messages for everybody. So I was looking forward to that. But I'm sure we'll hear from them again.
Yeah, Katrina always gets messages through. I knew it was going to be hard to get her in tonight, too. It happened, I think, the last Halloween show. She gets in. No, she got that one message through for Ricky. Really nailed it with the butterfly sticky things that she had. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely, yes.
She's her own little spirit device herself. And I tell you, her energy brings a lot.
Cooking.
Oh, yeah. All right, we got somebody else on the line. We'll try to take one more phone call here before we have to end. Who do we got on the line?
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for calling in. We got just a little bit of time left, so we're going to see. Bill, are you ready on your end?
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I have a son that passed away
I'm sorry for your loss.
and a grandmother.
Okay. What are we running, Bill?
PSP7.
All right, go ahead and call out to him. Is it Lisa, you said?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and call out to him.
My son's name is Jace.
You said,
I feel his presence a lot.
what was your son's name?
Jace.
Jace?
Yes.
Okay. Can Jace come through for Lisa? Keep talking to him, Lisa.
He has an identical brother, and
Can you say the brother's name for validation?
Jackson.
Oh, I was talking about the spirits. Sorry. It's all right.
Oh, Jason. Jace.
Lisa is asking about Chase. Can anyone come through with a message for her?
And my grandmother, her birthday just passed, and her name is Betty.
Could Lisa's grandmother give her any messages?
Oh.
Say your name so she knows it's you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my grandmother's name was Betty.
One last try. Can Jace or Betty come through and give a message that would validate it for Lisa?
Am I following the right path? Am I doing the right thing?
What was your other son's name?
Jackson is
Jackson?
Jace's identical brother.
I thought I don't know if I heard Jackson earlier. I don't know. All right. I'm sorry we ran out of time. I can't take the call any longer because we do have to end the show.
It's okay. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, Lisa. You have a happy
Thank you.
Halloween. And if you hear, I know we only had a little bit of time for your call, but if you hear anything, message me on Facebook and let me know.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great night. So that's it. That's the end of the Halloween show. God, it goes by so dang fast.
It sure did. It flew by. Man,
Oh.
are you sure we don't have another hour?
Right? That's how it goes. Every Halloween.
I really thought. Wow, that was really something else. I'm never going to forget this. And I really, next time you do a program like this, I'd love to be invited.
You are always invited, of course. And that's what you talked about feeling the energy before when Ricky called in. That's why I believed in this from the very beginning, trying to do this. Because a lot of people do individual spirit box videos. They'll get on and live stream, and that's great. But I was like, I want to build something where I can have a group of people, and people can call in. That's why I started making phone lines. So I figured out how to do phone lines in the show, so people can call in and see the spirits will talk to them. And this interaction between all of us, it's like a seance. It's a spirit circle. It's our energy, and I swear it gets stronger with the people that are in it.
Wow, I can certainly see that. And it's the digital form of the old seance.
Yeah, exactly. The digital seance.
Powerful. It's also very suspenseful, I got to tell you. Every phone call, I'm sitting here on the edge of my chair. What's going to happen?
Well, thank you so much, Heather. Thank you again so much for being on the show tonight. Thank you, Katrina and Rhodey. I know you can hopefully hear us. Thank you guys for being on. I wish you could have hung out longer. And I wish the show could have gone 4 hours tonight. It totally could have gone 4 hours because, and the spirits just start getting cooking the longer you do it. So thank you again, Heather.
Oh, I couldn't miss it. Could not miss it. I mean, this time of year is really the busiest time of year for folks like us. But I just had to see what this is like for myself. And, we will have to review all the recordings, but I think I may have heard a message in there, even for me.
I was hoping so. I was hoping to get time for just a little bit with you, but we had so many phone calls I had to take them. But thank you again, Heather.
No, it's better to get to the calls first, but I think...
I know you
think
know.
a friend of mine may have slipped something in there just...
Oh, I'm going to be listening for that. Thank you again. I'll let you know, too. And Heather, if you listen back to it, let me know if you hear anything. Tag it for me.
Will do.
Awesome. All right, guys, that's it for Paranormal Soup Spook-A-Thon Halloween show. Don't forget to go to LNM, Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network. Donate, subscribe. Without you, we couldn't have all these great hosts and these great shows. All right, we'll be back next Sunday, and I am bad host. Totally forgot to look at who I have next Sunday. Terry Herberman, I think, is Psychic Medium. I believe that's who I have next Sunday. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Sorry, Terry. All right, guys, we'll be back. Same bad channel, same bad time. Next week, next Sunday, Paranormal Soup on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network. Go donate, subscribe. See you then. Have a happy Halloween.